Hello, everyone.
That's funny.
What?
I opened up the stream as soon as you did that, and then it just like did it twice.
What is that song from?
I don't know. It does feel very show tune era, so I feel like it has to be something from like what, the 1940s, 1950s.
Maybe.
Who knows? It's like clearly it's like free from copyright. So it must be old.
Yeah. Okay, so like before we started, when we were waiting for the ads to finish, we were talking about sea
Oh,
otters.
the ads are still going?
No. Well, we were waiting for it to finish like earlier,
Oh, yeah, okay.
and we were talking about sea otters, right? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
there is this question I have always had, like, uh, like people say that like dogs and cats like evolved to be cute, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like I think it went the other way around. I think humans somehow evolved to like find animals cute for some reason because like if like being
That's
cute was part of
interesting.
domestication, why are bears cute? Why are tigers cute? Why are others cute? You know what I
I
mean?
think
Like,
it's more I think well no, because I think like they just naturally have the things that we find likable, but it's just like cats and dogs did it more, or supposedly the operating theory is they kind of knew. Well, okay, cats kind of just capitalized on it. Dogs, we just like we interfered a lot in that gene pool,
yeah,
like
and
way
like also
more than
like
cats.
another thing that
Yeah.
like makes me wonder is like if like animals evolving to be cute for us is like a lie. Is the fact that like if you look at the African wildcat, which is like the ancestor of the cats,
Mm-hmm.
they just look like cats. Like it didn't change physically.
I don't necessarily know if it's outright uh them evolving into it. Maybe they evolved like the traits they know that they can capitalize on the most, but it's just like we just have natural things that we gravitate towards. Like I think it's like eyebrow ridges and stuff like that, very mammalian traits we naturally find cute. Big eyes because like babies and stuff like that. And it
Yeah,
just kind of like coincided.
yeah, because like the African wildcat still exists.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ancestor of the cat, they still exist. So you can just see one. If you go to Egypt, you may just in one. I don't even know you're looking. I
Evolution,
don't even know that you're looking at a wild cat because they just look like cats.
yeah. Evolution is just such a crazy like thing though. It's just like figuring out like how
Look at them.
like even on the
Just a
aesthetic
fucking cat.
like principle. Yeah. Oh. But yeah, it's just a cat. It's just wondering like how evolution kind of picks up on the aesthetic principles, like with birds and stuff that do mating dances or like have to have like very nice plumage, right? You kind of understand how that goes on an evolutionary scale and through their genes, right?
Yeah.
But like yeah, like it's weird that the cat genealogy would just be like, all right, so you know when you are born from this gene pool, if your eyes are ever so cute, they will give you more nom noms. Like it's so much weirder by comparison because it doesn't feel like there's any sort of like real need for survival tied to it.
Yeah. And like evolution is
But I
weird. Like,
don't
did
know.
you know that
Maybe a vet knows better than I do. Well, a vet probably knows way better than I do on this. Hmm?
did you know that speaking of evolution, did you know that like because a lot of my ancestors, a lot of my ancestors were like people who lived in like the high Andes, right? Uh,
Hmm.
I'm weird because of that.
There are a lot of factors that contributed to that, but yeah.
turns out like I have like because of that I have like lungs. My lungs are shaped like barrels,
Oh well, yeah, no, they're yeah,
and
depending on the environments that you're in, yeah, totally.
my lungs are shaped like barrels. I have like 2 extra liters of blood somewhere. I don't know where,
Yeah, no,
but like
because
you know,
like you were raised in a higher altitude and stuff like that. Yeah.
like you know how like most people have like 4 to 5 liters of blood.
Mm-hmm.
I have like 7.
And yet none of it goes to your ass.
Yeah,
How dare?
and also like
I'm kidding.
and also like and also like
Nicky, who the
yeah, it's the title of the stream. Eepy Nicky.
Eepy Nicky?
It
I'm
rhymes.
not that Eepy. I'm not that Eepy.
It
I
rhymes.
think. How does Eepy and all right? You know what? I'm not even gonna try.
Eepy Nicky. I don't know. It sounds good.
It's like the song like Icky Vicky from Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah. Whenever you do a reference to a cartoon, you have to remember I watched them in Spanish.
Oh, so what was the song when like Chip Skylark was doing essentially a diss track to Vicky?
I don't remember. Let me see if I can like.
Because like in English it was like Icky Vicky, ew ew, and it's just like it's really funny because like Vicky's like such a is stand the correct word when it's like for a fan for a boy band guy, I guess. But like she was a stand for Chip Skylark, and all that had to happen was Timmy had to go like she's a monster. And then like Chip Skylark's like, yeah, I don't know her, so I'll totally just like make a diss track. Oh no, wait, was that the one where she like tied him up to a chair? Essentially like had him hostage? You know, Fairly Odd Parents had a lot of wild turns.
Wait. Chip Skyler was played by one of the Backstreet Boys.
He was. I thought it was NSYNC. I didn't know it was
Oh
Backstreet.
yeah, in InSync, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Whiskey Patrick didn't doesn't Eminem mention this like this guy's name at the beginning of like the Guess Who's Back song for some fucking reason?
Who?
Eminem, like you know that song that is like Guess Who's Back?
Yeah, I guess it's back
I think he
again.
mentions Chris Patrick at the beginning of the song for some fucking reason.
I'd be surprised. I don't remember that part. I remember him like dissing Moby on that song,
Yeah, because he old. It's like there is this viral audio. Um, there is this viral audio that is like a guy like screaming. I don't even know the context, but it's like a guy screaming at another guy like, "What are you doing here? You're old. Go back to your wife. Go back to your children."
yeah, I know. Oh, you mean wait? Do you mean like who Eminem disliked that?
No. There's like a viral audio. I think it's from a show or something. That is like that.
Oh, okay, because there are totally like raps that like rap feuds that happen where it just summed down to like, bro, you old, and with Eminem that was like Benzino. So,
Oh, it's from Smiling Friends. Of course, he's from Smiling Friends.
oh yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm still not over that fucking days on like the on like the Tupac song. Like, doesn't one of you motherfuckers have like sickle cell or something? You're going to get a conniption. No way. Like, that's so good. You're gonna have a heart attack on a seizure or something. Like, I don't think that one is going to get like stopped. That is the best one. Like, motherfucker, you got sickle cell. Go away.
Yeah, the Tupac one. You really love that one.
Yeah. Wait, I'm gonna send you a meme
All right.
that I just found.
Okay. well, well, can you really blame them? The back
Yeah.
window is a really hard thing to beat. I don't think I've ever I don't think I've ever actually seen a woman with a dress with the back window, like in
In
person.
in person, no, I don't think I have either.
No, I don't think I have either. Mostly because it's like to not to say it's risque, but it's just like I don't think many people just like care. It's a cool look.
Yeah,
Mm.
and also I think like because I live most of my life in like high up in the mountains. Um, eh, I think if you were to wear a dress like that when I grew up, you would just like get hypothermia and die.
Yeah, no, and depending on the cold. Well, that's just cold places. You're not wearing the dress outside. You can't
Yeah, but like we didn't have like
halls or anything.
no,
No.
we didn't have like what's it called, heating, like stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
We don't have
okay.
like temperature control units or anything like that. We were just like, yeah, it's cold. Deal with it. Fuck you. Wear a
Mm,
jacket. We didn't have like
you're 6.
we didn't have like heaters or radiators or like calefacción. We didn't have any of that.
You're a 6-foot blood fetishist who lives in the mountains. You might actually just be a Colombian Wendigo.
Speaking of 6 foot tall like scary people, have you seen like I know I know the World Cup is like going on right now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know a lot about it because I'm not keeping up. You know, I don't like sports.
I only keep up like the scores like after the fact. I haven't been watching the pools. Usually when it becomes the actual tournament, I'll watch.
Yeah, I only know the results of one match, and it's because
Mhm.
people were like doing the thing about like Germany did it again. Germany 7-1 again.
Yeah, they did. I'm a big Germany fan when it comes to soccer, and yeah, them against Cacao was like, oh boy.
Yeah, I know we won.
Oh, you didn't think it was gonna happen again, did you? Shush.
I know we won because not because I looked it up because of the fucking amount of fireworks I heard.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Like I don't know who we were playing with. I don't know how much we won with, but like yeah, okay, we won. We won. Just people
All
are
I
way
can
too
say is
loud.
like, it's really funny though, because I see like my Latin American friends just like they'll post memes on the server, and then it's just like you can tell what matches have gone out. And it's like, my Mexican friend, she's like, woo! And then like if then there's the one from 3 different servers from different people from different Latin American countries where it's just like a group of guys with the different Latin American flags there. And it's like, fuck Argentina. All my homies hate Argentina.
No, yeah, like, but that is not a
It's really
that is not a football thing. We just like hate Argentina
yeah,
in
no, I
general.
know that. I know full well. Full well. It's perfect. Because as soon as I see that meme, I go like, ah, they had a match today.
No, but
Yeah.
like the reason we hate Argentina is because the Argentinians think they're Europeans. Like they think they're
Yeah,
too.
no. I'm saying as soon as they post the meme, I know the reminder has happened because it's like, oh yeah, they played today, and it's their reminder that they hate them.
Yeah, we like
Yeah.
they think they're too good to be Latin American. They think they're Europeans. They want to like be treated like Europeans, and he's like, no, you're not.
You want to be a colony again? Who wants to be a colony again?
Uh,
I don't think anyone's being like up here being prideful about being a colony. Technically speaking, Canada, I mean like we're Commonwealth, so is Aussie, but we don't go like, yeah, we'd be the biggest colony. We don't roll. We don't say that shit.
no, yeah, he's like, uh, we really don't like Argentinians. No, but like the only thing I know about the World Cup is like there is this guy on the Norwegian team,
Mm-hmm.
or like I don't know how to pronounce that, Erling Haaland. I don't know.
Hmm.
And the thing is, like people are just like, first of all, the way he runs. Second of all, the way he looks, right? Because he's
Oh,
like,
is he just like,
first of all, he's 6'5", right? He's tall.
damn?
He's also
All
very
right.
white,
Okay.
but like you can tell it's white in like a muscular way, not a fat way. We're like, oh my god, this guy is like 300 pounds, and all of that is muscle.
Oh, damn.
Uh, and also, like, I don't want to be mean, but his face looks like he didn't evolve for the past 3,000 years.
Jesus, Andy.
So there is this like picture of like the recent match they had. I think it was with Iran. Uh,
Mhm.
like like the way he runs, like the face of the other guy. It's like okay, this guy isn't playing football. This guy is hunting.
Yeah, because I was gonna say like okay, like jokes aside on a 6-foot white guy, but if it's like if a 6'5" guy who's like extremely muscular is dashing towards you, I would probably forget I'm playing soccer. My fight or flight would probably kick
Nobody
in. I'd be like,
it's not only the
oh,
fact that he's dashing; it's the way he dashes.
is
It's
he
like
enclosing on your position?
the pose, the face. Like this guy's not playing football. This guy's hunting. Look at that.
I gotta. Yeah, no, that's terrifying. No, I don't like that. I'd back off. That's a man about to pull off like some Baki stuff. Like, no, I'm gone.
Yeah, like he's 6'5". He's like super big,
I mean, the advantages. So
and apparently, like despite how big he is, she's like like I saw like an estimation, and apparently when he goes like full sprint, he reaches like 35, 36 kilometers per hour.
Mm-hmm.
So that guy is like a car.
Yeah, no.
That guy can,
I mean,
you can get on a car to run away from him, and he will catch you anyway.
he's just in your rear view, just dead. It's terrifying.
He will catch you anyway. And again,
I mean, it's rad.
I don't want to be mean, but his face, he looks like he's like a Neanderthal who really just like likes football.
Oh my god.
And it's like,
But
okay.
yeah, but FIFA's like being hit up in Toronto as well. So it's really interesting. It's so funny to see some of the some of like the metro infrastructural changes that they're doing for FIFA for tourists, and I'm just standing here as a like a Torontonian just going like you oh, that's not flattering. Yeah.
Look at the size of that neck, though.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a creative character.
I'm telling you, he looks like he's not like entirely evolved.
He is still strong. Like he.
But you know, he's
Is
good
that
at
a
what
unibrow?
he's really good at what he is, and apparently he's also just like a really nice guy.
Yeah, good on him.
He just looks like he's like apparently just like also like a really nice guy. He just looks like he's a predator.
I think it's also just because the fact that he slicks his hair back for
Yeah.
soccer. So like I'm sure like if he had normal hair and stuff, he'd look less intimidating.
And I mean
But yeah, no.
and I mean predator in the scary
Yeah,
animal
no.
way, not in the other way.
Yeah.
Just super clear.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one of those words that's like completely ruined where it's like one thing is just like, oh, nature's apex species, and the other is like, ew. What was I saying? Yeah. Um so FIFA matches are being held in Toronto for some pools, and it's so funny just like as a resident of this city and just seeing like our metro for once actually like adding changes to try being like to try looking good. It's like if you I can't say it other than like if you had a roommate who was a slob, right?
Yeah,
And
and they
then
got a
like
girlfriend or something.
yeah, they get a girlfriend, and then when they come over, like an hour before they come over, they've cleaned up the house, and they're just like putting on their like nicest threads and everything, and trying to act cool, and you're just sitting there like, I know what you are. Don't you fucking play with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found a short. I'm going to show you the short. You see like the way this guy runs. Because he's genuinely like the way he moves his arms, the way he um like this guy is hunting. I always forget what the keys for a penguin over here.
Having long legs just also helps too
Oh yeah, I know.
for that dash.
Like
Yeah.
I don't even train and I hit like 25 easy.
Oh yeah, no, because you're covering much more distance by like just your.
Yeah, but like look at the way this guy runs.
You can use the Pythagorean theorem for that. Yeah, 29 to 31. Whoa.
You see like the way he moves his arms, like the way he's like
Yeah, no, that is terrifying.
imagine you're just like a
Yeah.
poor. Imagine you're some like some poor like kid from Iran. You're like you're like 5'5", and this guy just like after you.
Yeah, it is tough. Usually really tall players are expected to just be in like goal position because of like your wingspan and everything like that, but just actually having that dude is just like a colossal like what is his position actually? What's his name again?
I don't remember. Let me look it up again. He is a striker.
Of course he'd be a striker, yeah. That guy is like clearing distances and making goals. Yeah, okay. The Blue Lock program could only hope to get someone like that.
Yeah. No, but that is the only thing I know of the World Cup. That is that guy looks terrifying.
Yeah, that's rad. I can't wait till like we get to the best of like best of 16. Yeah. And we We see. I would be more invested in pools, but I have so many other tasks that that I'm juggling. So yeah.
I kind of hope I kind of hope we lose early so that they stop doing the fireworks. That annoys me.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Like
Any
I don't give a fuck about the
any
team. I just care about the noise.
any Canadian politician who's just like, this is gonna be the one where we upset it. I'm like, you've never watched a goddamn FIFA. I'm sitting here, I'm like, what lies are you telling yourself? That's
Uh,
not even to doubt the boys, but it's just like they take it really seriously over in like Europe and in Latin America.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But like
How was your? Oh wait,
but
yeah. Go ahead.
Gons, Gons, he shows up in chat sometimes. Di Gonzalo Nieri, or like however you pronounce that. Uh, he's also a Colombian. I don't know if you know that.
Ooh.
Gons, he shows in chat sometimes.
Oh, Gaunt's is Columbia. That's cool. That's
Uh,
cool that you guys get to like have like the occasional like, hey, you know this thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like the day I was shooting all the fireworks, I asked him like like, hey, did we like qualify? Why are the people so loud tonight? Because I legitimately didn't know. And he was
Mhm.
like, do you not go out? How blind are you? Everyone is wearing a shirt.
I kind of I envy that kind of like ability to be like sort of online friends with someone who's relatively close by to
Yeah.
you
E- e-
because there's something weirdly like neighborly about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone is wearing the shirt, and I just go like, you know these people, you know these people going. They wear they are going to wear that shirt at the slightest provocation. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
doesn't mean
true.
anything.
True.
Um,
I kind of wish I worked like my old job like 3 jobs ago because they used to bet during FIFA
yeah.
and like you could make some serious bank if you like put on the right team. Oh wait, no, because you. To be fair, between the two of us, I think my weeks were shorter in terms of like the amount of things I did. So I'll go first.
Yeah.
Um, officially ADHD medicated. Trying it out. It's not interfering with sleep too much. I get some stuff done, but it doesn't necessarily combat anxiety. So we gotta figure that out. But I managed to get a bunch of stuff out of the way done. Now there's just like other stuff in my periphery, and it's just like, oh, okay, cool. And then like a bunch of people call for stuff, and I'm like, oh god, like I'm like, okay, it's time to work on my own things. And then I get like 10 different calls, like, hey, could you help me with this? Or, hey, you guys still gotta set up like an appointment for this. And then I was reminded like earlier, I have a sleep study coming up soon, so I gotta like sleep over and a goddamn office building as they watch my vitals and everything and go like, "Yeah, you sleep like shit." And I'm like, "Yeah, thank you. Could you tell me why
Yeah.
or how?" I'm kind of aware of the problem. I need you to tell me what the problem is.
What I need you to do is to tell me
Uh,
how to fix it.
yeah, please. They just give me a frying pan. Just keep on hitting yourself with this every night. All right.
All right.
Um, what else did I do? I finally sat down and just like decided on like some of the free time that I had to just finish Pirate Gaiden, like Yakuza,
Yeah.
to unlock the new game plus. The game kind of like is sluggish for the first half, and then it just kind of ramps up to being a little interesting on the latter half. It's I was a bit hard on it the first time, but it's like once I was playing some of the side stuff, I was like, you know what? It's like mid to like decent, close to platinuming it. Gonna start doing the soap opera nights with the guys for Pirate Gaiden, and then we'll be caught up on all the RGG games before
Just in time
Stranger
for
Than Heaven.
Tupac.
So yeah, to see Tupac. It is funny because all the crew that I watch that with have grown up with hip hop, so it'll be wild to see. I still can't believe he's in that fucking game. It's so weird.
And like the weird and like the weirdest
It's
part is like
weird.
I feel like it will be a thing if it was like playing if it was like Tupac as Tupac,
Mm.
but it is like Tupac as a character. That is not like a fictional
They're like
character.
they're like voicing him with a different guy, right? Like a guy who's like
Yeah.
close to his voice register because it's anti-AI sentiment on this. Even though, okay, so apparently
So it's a different guy acting,
voicing
voicing Tupac,
voicing Tupac
playing a
as
character.
yeah, it is weird. And it's just like to be fair, like we kind of went before this because like there was the holographic Tupac for like concerts and stuff.
Yeah.
Um
So how are,
but it
so how are the credits going to
it
look like?
is
How are the credits going to look like? Like name of the actor, name of the character, as parentheses as Tupac, or like how is it going to work?
yeah, it's like they'll probably say facial model or something and then yeah, but like it's such a weird pull out of the entire actor setup that you could have done. But
Yeah.
yeah, like
Just in general, I think like I always found like
Snoop being in there is like fine,
I always found
but
like yeah,
like
but like the thing is like Snoop is alive, so
yeah,
he can consent.
yeah, exactly. Whereas like the puppeteering of a dead dude is so much more it's like very Disney.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, don't do that.
I mean, it could be argued that Snoop is just like way too high to consent, but that's a different.
Oh yeah, that is true. He is kind of blasted off of his mind.
Like I think I have never seen him not high. Like I think every public appearance he has ever had, he's high.
The funny thing is, this man talks about like enjoying weed to relax, but there are times where he just straight up gets high and angry. Like in his streams, he'll just smoke and he'll get like mad at the video game, or he'll smoke and then he'll start beef with rappers, and then they'll like message him back 2 days later. And he's like, "Yo, bro, what the hell?" And he's like, "Oh, sorry, cuh. I was smoking and I got angry." It's like, what?
Yeah.
Snoop, cease. Listen, if they wanted to bring back Def Jam, there could have been other ways about going with this. I guess like you could make the argument is like who in the rap pantheon would be like up there with Snoop. And yeah, you can make arguments like Tupac is definitely considered like the best rapper of all time. Notorious Big is like yeah, he's like up there as well if not second. Eminem would probably be like an easy pull, but he's already in Hitman. He's too busy being in Hitman.
So easy.
So is Wiz Khalifa. You couldn't get them. They're too busy being killed in Hitman.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. This is like. I'm trying to think of like other parallels because there are definitely times in movies where they face scan like dead actors to kind of like go
Yeah.
like, oh, we're still respecting the role, even though it's like kind of like. But especially like Star Wars
You know
is a
something
very good
I found
example.
really weird. I find really weird about face scans when it comes
What?
specifically to video games.
What?
It's like okay, it's like by the nature of video games, by the very nature of like the way video games work, as opposed to like face scanning someone for a movie or a TV show or like whatever, right? Whatever more
Mhm.
like quote unquote traditional media, I guess you can call it. Um, is that by the very nature of video games, you are distributing the face, like the actual files of the face.
Oh yeah, that is true.
So like I wonder if like the people who get like hired, for example, for Capcom, they get like told, okay, so what's going to happen is that when the game comes out, people are going to rip your face of the game and they're going to make porn with it. Are you okay with that?
Caveat. Caveat if you're hot.
Yeah.
If you're hot enough. To which they go like, I guess.
Like I have seen so much stuff of um of like Ashley from Resident Evil 4 remake. And it maybe and I think it's kind of
Oh yeah,
weird.
you've mentioned this
And I think it's
before,
kind of
yeah.
weird because like that's a real woman's face.
Yeah. Well, I think like also that it's not it didn't even start with Ashley. I think like the RE3 Jill is like based off of a real person. I think like
I think Claire on Two
no,
is also based on a real person.
Claire looks okay. Then Claire looks surprisingly too video gamey in my brain, but like being based off of a model is probably a thing. Like
I think they've been doing the model thing since Devil May Cry 5.
yeah, no. So Devil May Cry 5, I was about to pull out too because like
Oh
you've
yeah,
got
there's a lot of
Trish and
lady
then you've
stuff
got
too.
Lady. Yeah. So like it's very likely that's just kind of the thing with those file distributions, and it's just like it's just gonna naturally be a part of it. Sadly, is people are just gonna rip it like But the other thing is just like the marketing angle of it's like, oh, you get a real face, so it looks more human, and then people will be more into it.
Yeah, but like I do
So
wonder
yeah,
if they have to like put a disclaimer on the
sign
contract.
of just yeah.
Like we are not going to use it for that, but like the files are going to go
Well,
out and
some
people are going to do it.
well the ironic thing is like the one agency that we all made fun of for kind of getting to the paranoid extreme of it was Johnny's, which was like the agency that managed
Yeah,
tax model for judgment and lost judgment, is that they were worried that a physical like model could be like distributed and used in such a way that you could make your own films and stuff to compete against his against their distribution model of stuff with him. And it's like that would be like, sure, you could make arguments that like people could do like entire blender films with the model, but it's like it's not the same as having the actor at hand.
yeah,
um but it's kind of funny that we're kind of going like a little loop here, and it's just like there is one facet of the online world that's probably using it, and it does make you wonder if they kind of account for it. I think at some point they like the companies do know and they just tell you.
yeah. But yeah, yeah. No, look,
But
she's a real
yeah.
woman. She's very pretty, very very pretty.
Oh, that's Claire.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. You
it's a
know
real woman.
that she. Yeah, I know she looks too perfect. I was gonna
Yeah,
say like Claire and R. I was gonna say like Claire and RE2 looks too perfect. Like Leon, I can kind of believe in some ways in two. Not to say that like Leon isn't handsome in two. He's very handsome in two. But like Claire just straight up looks like a video game woman. Like she is too perfect. So congrats, lady. I wish I had your genetic composition. That's correct.
yeah. Uh,
Is Ada's foot based off of an
I
actor?
think so.
Oh my god, this is this is unreal. This isn't
Probably. I
fair.
think all of the main characters are based on.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Capcom like used a lot of like actual like supermodels and models and stuff, like especially with Devil May Cry. Like, you know, even as unflattering as Virgil started off as in DMC5, he is based off of an actual model. It's just the Neanderthal brow that they put in for Virgil. But and so is like Dante, he's based off a model, and so is Nero. So does make me wonder what Chris is gonna look like in five remake if they ever get to it. But well, he's gonna be in Veronica, isn't he?
Probably. Like if they're going to
Yeah,
keep the
no, he
structure
is.
because you play half of like half of half of Code Veronica is played as screens.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because like I'm thinking about it, it's just like because you can debate Code Veronica's like importance, but it does kind of set up to like going why Chris decides to get so swole in five to fight Wesker. But
Yeah.
like, yeah. Oh right, my weeks. So yeah, the I played some of the post game. I got more of the pirate crew. It's like fine as a Yakuza game. It's kind of like padded a little bit. If it was shorter, because the first Gaiden game's strength was that it was pretty short, and that was a good thing. Like there was no fat, right? You could play some of the mini game stuff that you usually do, but the story was tight, and then you would go back, like you would go through it. It'd be really good. Soundtrack was killer, fun time. Probably one of the best in the Kiryu saga, aside from Zero. But Pirate Gaiden's good. It has like Devil May Cry-ish combat, but it's like the problem with most Yakuza games is like a lot of the enemies are going to be easy no matter what. So, you know, Majima's going to chip through them. The ring system, which is just the equip system, is
My
they
bling.
instead of having, yeah, exactly, you have different bling that has
Oh yeah,
different
look.
passive and
Ada
active
is a real
effects.
woman too.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, these people are unfair. But like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but like, the ring system is totally a gear system I would implement if I was a video game character. Is like you get 10 rings because 10 fingers, and each ring like can coincide with another ring, and then they can do like synergy or like just give you like some buffs that are just like insanely good. or overworld like abilities and stuff like that. And it's like, you know what? It's cool. Problem is, by the time you upgrade Majima and you have like those 10, like any 10 rings, you are kind of you're adding a rocket launcher to a bulldozer. It's just like it's unnecessary.
I mean, you may as
Eh,
well.
May as well. The ship combat's like kind of like whatever. It's not really anywhere near the level of like Black Flag or another ship game, but it's like fine. Uh the aesthetics are fun.
No, I don't know.
I've played it long after, so I think that sunlight situation got patched, but yeah, it looks fine too.
Yeah,
I styled and profiled my Majima.
yeah.
Soundtrack is like it could be better. Hmm?
Like speaking of like that thing of like adding a rocket launcher to a fucking bulldozer. You know how
Hmm.
you know how we were talking the other day when I watched cards with my chat that I fucking hated the ending.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I think I'm just realizing that I just like find the idea of like losing with like novelty incredibly stupid. Like just in general, it annoys me so much. Uh, because like you know, like the thing I'm doing with the
Losing
GBA,
like novelly,
like for an like, oh, I'm so novel, I'm going to lose.
noble loss. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, like I was watching like you know the thing I'm doing with the GBA, right?
Yeah, yeah, the
So
GBA.
we played an Incredibles game. Uh,
Yeah.
and I posted a clip about the game where I was wondering why they're saying that like the little kid placed second on like a track and field thing.
Okay.
And so
Oh, Dash.
yeah, because like I don't remember the movie. I watched it once when I was like 8, so I don't remember the movie. But like, you know, like I did remember that he's like supposed to be like the fast one, right? Like that's
Hmm.
his thing. He's like the fast one. So I was like, okay, why did he lose? He's like the fast one.
Yeah.
And someone replies
To
to
hide
that,
his identity.
and someone replies to that short like, yeah, he let himself lose because like you know he like his power level and whatever. And I'm like, I would have killed
Yeah.
those children.
Oh my god, you're an idiot. You would never have a secret identity.
I
That's the
know.
whole
I don't care.
point. No, you stupid. Oh my
Like,
god,
if,
you're
like,
stupid.
do you think I care? I'm powerful enough to kill anyone. I don't care. If you wanna
You
come
would
after
be
me, come
you
after
would be
me.
powerful. You would be powerful. This is you are okay. I've known you for years. You are the same kind of person who goes like, ha ha ha. I sow. Oh no, I reap. You would absolutely go like, why is this happening to me? You would scratch your head as I look at you with fury, and you would be like, I don't get it. The whole point
Listen,
is to
it
just
works
go
for Iron Man.
for who?
For Iron Man, it worked for him.
That's because Iron Man's also like a super rich orphan, and all of his friends are superheroes. You see?
I mean, I feel like if I
You
was,
see the sort of
I feel like if I
you
had a
see the sort of
superpower,
issues?
I feel like if I had a superpower, I would find a way to like make myself stupidly rich too.
Okay. And what about the civilians that you know?
Uh,
Are your mom and your sister gonna magically get superpowers too in this situation?
I mean, I can build a cool bunker with the money
Candy,
from the superpowers.
you can be responsible is what you can do. You can take a goddamn L at a school race that does not matter.
Like, I don't know. Like the way I was raised is like you win. Whatever advantage you
Oh
have,
my
whatever
god.
whatever advantage you have, whatever like unfair thing you can find, you win.
It works in situations where it's like in the real world where you're actually seriously competing, but in narratives where it's like yeah, but if I did this I might screw me and my family over. Then yeah, you probably wouldn't because it's just like it's not, even if you could win, you would get bored of it. You would just be like, I gotta waste like another 12 minutes a day or an hour every hour because I just couldn't hold it in. Now a bunch of rogues gallery guys are doing the same thing. It's like the Yakuza villains who you keep on beating up and they keep coming back. And like at first you were like, wow, what a badass. And then it's just like, oh come on, man, I'm just trying to go to an Arby's, bro. Like just leave. Stop. You won't win. Or they won't listen.
Yeah.
So I'd rather save myself the time.
Like, I don't know. You know me. I'm stupid and reckless.
You are hot-headed.
And
I don't
honestly, I
know
find
how
it really
you
funny.
would play in a D&D campaign. You would go all in.
No, I feel like if I were to play D&D, I would play as a magic class, and
I know that.
I would spend most of the time trying to find ways to use the spells to like traumatize everyone around me
Yeah, that sounds kind of like a warlocky.
by like killing everyone, by killing all my enemies in like the most horrible way possible.
That does sound warlocky.
Uh, or like yeah, like if I need information, I like find ways to like threaten people with like incredibly horrible stuff. Like I'm going to use magic to like summon your penis shot. And let you tell me.
Yeah.
But like I'm fighting
But yeah,
someone,
no.
I'm fighting someone, and like and I just like use like spawn magic on his lungs, like 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 water in
Yeah.
his lungs or something like that. Can I just do that?
They're to go on the winning too hard thing though is like ironically with Yakuza is the problem just ends up being like if you kill things too fast, like even in a boss fight, some of the coolest moments kind of just get watered down because like Yakuza loves doing certain things where it's like in during the boss fight it'll do like a musical cue, you know, something like akin to Metal Gear.
Yeah,
But the problem is in the Gaiden games, they don't naturally sync right away. So if you just down certain bosses too fast, like the coolest part of the music matching the cutscene just goes and passes. And it's kind of like a bummer since I like recording it. So I've like held off on giving Majima 5 of his attack upgrades. I'm gonna wait till a certain boss fight and then after that I'll do it so we can just curb stomp. But it's just like, yeah. Um the other thing I did for my 2 weeks was I finally started Control, and it's good. It's fine. I wish I liked it more. It just plays like a standard third person shooter. It has like the weird and cool ideas of like an SCP,
oh really? You're not playing around with
paranormal.
you're not playing around with the stuff with the powers that much.
The only powers I have are like the telekinetic like
Maybe you're too
throw.
early. Maybe you're
Yeah,
too
I'm too
early
early.
then.
Like I've got the telekinetic throw and the shield,
Yeah,
and then I have the melee, and then I have the gun. So like they're very standard for like a sort of third person action of the like because it's very Dead Space, right? Dead
yeah,
Space has like a telekinetic throw
yeah.
and
Because
stuff
like
like that. So
because
yeah,
when I was playing Control, I was just like levitating everywhere with like a spinning shield of rocks around me, just like throwing stones at
yeah.
everyone. Like I wasn't even
So
using the
so
gun.
like that would be cooler. The problem is just like it takes a bit to get there because it's like before that it's just like a, kind of a standard like third person shooter, not even like a snap cover shooter,
Yeah,
which I have to detrain from myself. The collectibles are really good. Like they're worth the read throughs because again, it goes to the bureaucratic idea of like an organization in charge of like this weird, otherworldly, Lovecraftian, eldritch horror stuff. Like your board is like even like non-human beings. Like there's some sort of like higher level beings and stuff like that.
yeah.
And
I love the
some
guy
of
with the
the
fringe,
with the fringe,
with the fridge, the freezer.
with the fridge, the freezer.
Have you found that
I
guy
can't
yet?
remember.
There's like an item of power, which is like a fridge,
Hmm. Oh, I haven't come across that yet.
and you have to
So that'll be interesting.
and the thing about the fridge is you have to like it's like if you it has to be like you have to be looking at it like 24/7. Someone has to be looking at it. Otherwise, it kind of just like starts eating reality. But only if nobody's looking at it.
That's pretty cool. Yeah,
Uh,
no, there are a lot
and
of
cameras don't work. Uh, so they just have like like a rotating staff of people who just sit for 8 hours looking at the fridge.
that's pretty cool. But like, um, what was I gonna say? Like, there's a lot of cool collectible stuff. There's a lot of cool letters and stuff like that where it's like you'll get crazy people and like this organization has to handle them all. There's like the one where it's like I'm being contacted by the past presidents of the United States of America. They appear as spirit guides giving me their wisdom. John Adams keeps saying I need to fix America, but I can't really understand them. They all have a lot of opinion. Like this guy is like just writing it down like it's just like, yeah, this seems to be an issue. Could you guys like kind of help and stuff like that? and there's just so much more to it. It's very much like, because it's clearly made by Remedy and their sort of Alan Wakeness, it's like it's weird and kind of cool. So like the narrative is the thing that that pushes me more than the gameplay. Because the gameplay just doesn't really interest me too
Yeah,
much right now. Hopefully it does later on. I mean, like, I don't even have any problems with the cast. Like, I like Jessie. She's like fine.
yeah.
Um, I talked to Emily. Darling is pretty funny because he's just like he's kind of a little too into his job.
The professor?
Every video, yeah, every time
Yeah.
you see Darling,
I did
he
show you he
just
wasn't like
look.
the Robin Hood movie, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, you
When
did.
are
Well,
we going to watch it?
He's also Sam Lake, isn't he?
Uh,
Gonzalonier is lurking but wants to say
hey,
hi.
It's just
Gons.
Sam Lake. Hey, guys. Um, we can watch the Robin Hood movie Friday if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that movie. Uh, and what was I going to say? No, yeah, like unlike the fridge, there is a side quest like like related to the fridge where you enter like the room with the fridges and the guy is like, you have to help me get out of here because like like the organization collapsed during the game. It's like in disarray. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so the guy's like, I have been looking at this fucking fridge for like a week. You need to get me out of this fucking room, please. I cannot look at this fridge anymore.
Yeah, there's like weird moments where there's like a little levity to it. I like Control. I just hope it's one of those things where it's like, there are a lot of like AAA games that are a little too slow on the start.
Yeah,
But like Control isn't even necessarily like that because it puts you into the action pretty fast. It's just like everything's kind of like standard so far.
yeah.
And it's waiting until I find like that one ability or like the permutations of abilities where I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, this is pretty fun.
I do feel like Control is like one of those games and I don't know if this is like a flaw of like human psychology in general or like a flaw of game design.
Mhm.
It is one of those games where it's like maybe a little bit too easy to just like find a safe strategy
Yeah,
and just do it over and over again. Uh,
yeah, you get your bread and butter because like, as long as if you're because the problem with third person shooters is as soon as you add a mouse and keyboard to the equation, they get trivialized pretty fast.
yeah, and
Yeah.
like yeah, like for example, like I always see people complaining about like the fact that like the best strategy for like Metal Gear Solid 5 is like just like getting the trunk gun and just
Oh
like
yeah.
very slowly crawling everywhere, like tranquilizing everyone.
Yeah, yeah. Because like what if it's working, if the fucking if the game has like a hard time like punishing you for it, it's like, yeah, you're probably gonna be more inclined to use it out of bad habits.
Yeah. I don't, like that's the whole thing about like, how you fix that, how you like without feeling like you're punishing the players because like I feel like punishing the players too much
Yeah.
for like because they're technically not like breaking any rules, they're not cheating, they're not like so you don't really like punish the ones that just like find like safe strategy and do it.
Yeah, no, there's
Like it
there's
should be more about
no
like encouraging other stuff, but how you do that, right?
yeah, like experimentation and stuff like that.
Uh, but like speaking of like the whole thing about like games having too slow of a start, you know how like Steam is having this like thing that is like a bunch of demos. They call it the Next Fest. Uh,
Oh yeah, they do that yearly, don't they?
I think they do it twice a year. I think. Um,
Yeah.
anyway, they're having that thing which is like a bunch of demos. Which first of all, it's so fucking annoying now
Is
because
it?
like you have to do
Oh
it. You
no.
have to open it on your browser and just like every fucking game scroll down. AI disclosure, AI disclosure, AI disclosure. Like open them on like
Oh
different tabs,
yeah.
and for every single game, like, and also you have to like because like another thing that is that like we've talked about like the environmental impact, the art, the impact on artists, on jobs, on all the stuff on like on AI, right? Um,
Hmm.
something we don't talk about a lot when it comes to AI and games, specifically when it comes to like no, Steam doesn't have a filter to hide AI games yet. Um,
That's weird.
uh, but yeah, like
You think they'd be on that really fast?
yeah. But another thing that is like you have to be careful about is that it is very easy to just like buy coronavirus.
Hmm.
And if they have a
That didn't
virus,
even occur to me.
and if they're making
Yeah.
a virus, they are not going to disclose it on the fucking AI disclosure thing.
Yeah, probably not.
So you kind of have to just like train yourself to like find tells that this game is like suspicious,
Very suspicious.
very suspicious. Um, but once I did that and I go to like the real games made by real people, right? I've been playing a bunch of those demos, and I come to the conclusion that the demo should not be the start of the game. Because nothing fucking
We've talked
happens
about
at the
this
start of a
before.
game.
Well, it's also just like, let's say the demos like actually is pretty decent. The problem then becomes like when the player like gets the game, like, okay, one fast fix is, oh, we scan the demo, we jump you right to like where you left
Yeah,
off,
a lot
right?
of demos do that. Which is the reason I think
Which
that
is
is the main
good.
reason like it has
Yeah.
become commonplace to just like have the demo be like the first out of a game. Is to like
Yeah,
be able to like transfer
I've
the save
unfortunately
files.
had some like, yeah, I've unfortunately had some demos that just go like, um that just go like, oh, here's like a demo only ending, now try like the actual game when it comes out, and then it doesn't care that you played the prior.
Yeah.
But
Honestly, I
yeah,
kind of
just
like
like,
that though. I kind of like when a demo is like unique content. Uh
well, the problem is like, in what I'm saying is like only the ending of that demo is the unique thing.
oh.
The rest of the start kind of plays like the same.
Like if I don't remember if it was one or two, but one of the like
Mhm.
old Age of Empire games, the demo is like a completely unique campaign that is not in the full game.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I think like, any like sort of demo situation that also like gives you like, I don't know, maybe like a bonus like item or something like that just for playing it is just like, yeah, okay, that incentivizes me to at least check
Yeah,
it out.
I played the demo, which we did a thing where like if you play the if you finish the demo, if you actually finish the like beat all of the challenges in the demo, they give you like a little like code. And if you go to their website
Like,
and if you go to their website and like enter the code, you enter a raffle for like a copy of the full game.
oh, okay, all right.
And I thought that was really cool.
I'm surprised they do that. That's like rad.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, like what Killa is saying that like that is kind of like game design, uh, like common wisdom, like start at the interesting stuff. But a lot of games nowadays don't do that.
There are a lot of games that just like kind of start off slow for the build up, and they think I have like a lot of patience for it.
Yeah, and also like not to insult anyone, but games nowadays are generally made with the assumption that the player is stupid.
Yeah.
So they spend the first 3 hours just like
brain rot or some other thing. Yeah.
so they spend the first 3 hours just like very slowly explaining everything, very very carefully.
There are a billion ways to make games more interesting.
Like a lot of games nowadays just like I actually tried playing the new like James Bond game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like an hour and a half in, and the game was still doing and the game was still doing like the basic tutorial, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm not playing this anymore. I'm fucking tired of this. I want a real game.
I think
I'm not
it's just like
stupid. I know how to play a shooter. I know how to shoot a gun in a video game.
yeah. I think it's just like the problem is like how you have to like front versus backloading on interesting things. Like if you put everything like, if you put most of the interesting stuff at like the front, or just like make the front kind of start off with a stronger premise, then obviously it's going to fall off. And to be fair, people do walk off, like when they finish a game, they're going to walk off with the final thing as the impression. If the interesting stuff is at the end, and then it's kind of sluggish, people might not even reach the end. It's like a very delicate balance. It's very
Yeah.
tough.
But like there's a lot of
And like
problems with
natural
that.
progression and build up is like tough.
Like there's a lot of like other problems that like come on to into like that conversation. Like for example, the whole idea that like let's be honest, most games nowadays are way too fucking long. They don't have enough content to
Yeah,
justify how long they are.
yeah, no,
And
I'm of the
also like everyone is
yeah,
trying to do like, oh, we are a roguelike now. We're a deck builder now. We have randomized
oh my
elements.
god, me and Dura have those talks like during the PC game show. No, was it the future game show? Is just like me and him were just sitting there, is like, man, like the people who fillate like the indie scene versus like the AAA scene, going like, man, the AAA scene always follows trends. The indie scene is full of creativity. It's like,
No, they don't. How many fucking vampires?
How
How,
many deck builders
how many fucking vampire
or
survival
like
games have you
roguelikes?
played recently?
It's like, yeah, and like I'm sure someone's going to justify it by going like, oh, proportionally, and it's like, of course, yes, like, but by and large, like, there's a reason why, but it's just like, neither is like exempt from this. There are a lot of indie games that go in wanting the safest option, and they or like maybe they just want to convey their story, but they haven't really thought of a
Yeah.
gameplay loop that's like a good way to articulate it. So then they just kind of like pick what's just proven to sell, and unfortunately it just has this dissonance in it, and it just feels asynchronous to like what it should
Yeah.
actually be.
And I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of especially like roguelikes and stuff like that nowadays. Um, like coming from the indie scene, they don't feel like they were like designed to be roguelikes. They feel like the developers at some point went, okay, we have enough budget for 3 hours of content. How do we spread that instead of
Mm,
just making a 3 hour game?
yeah, like I think part of it is just like I think if they actually did trim the fat, then the problem would be them justifying like the cost of like an actual longer video game, right?
Yeah.
Because like, hey, we actually decided to like hold on, I'm just checking something. Hey, we actually decided to like cut out the fat of all these games, like cut out a bunch of side missions that actually just do nothing, or like a bunch of like back and forth that really does this, and we decided to make a tighter experience, and now we're like maybe like I don't know 60% of the original playtime that we were gonna get. How do we justify like in the board meeting or whatever have you is like they would go like okay, but how would we justify being able to sell this at a $90 price or something like that, and then the silence would go and it's like yeah, no, pat it out, so
No,
we
but
have
like
like the
I'm mostly talking
justification.
about indies here because at this point I don't expect anything
Oh,
from the triple.
for indies it is weird when they pat out.
Because at this point I don't expect anything from the AAA industry. So I'm just
Yeah, yeah.
whenever I talk about the things I would like to see in games, I'm thinking like I want an indie to do this because the AAA
i'm
industry
i
is not going to.
I'd settle for double A, honestly,
Yeah.
like double A or indie. Yeah,
Honestly, I think double A is like the sweet spot. I think
it
more games
is
should be double
it
A.
is. Yeah, it really is because like you get a bit of like you can get like the worst of both worlds, but more often than not you're getting a very nice balance where you're like, "Oh, there's enough polish and budget here." But there's also like because it's a double A, it's not expecting like a triple A margin, it's not expecting to go gangbusters. So it has a little bit of its freedoms to be weird, I
Yeah.
think. Just like unique, yeah.
Or like maybe don't charge $90 for the game, but you can make it shorter.
You could do that. That would a lot of us would just be like really happy if you didn't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, then again, it just makes it easier for me not to buy video games, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Unfortunately, we're still get like very cheap games down here. Like talking again about like the new James Bond game. It is like $35 full price, but I think
mm,
it's very nice. Um, but yeah, I don't know.
I still have like 30 games, but
Like I'm playing the
oh
demos.
yeah, quadruple A. I remember how they rolled that back.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I've been
because
playing.
it meant nothing. It just literally meant nothing. There's still no actual like way to like call something like quadruple A. Like the technical only game that is quadruple A that has been advertised as quadruple A and is not out is Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah, the game is never coming out.
It's dead.
Yeah.
And if it does come out, I doubt it's gonna be like what they promised initially. I don't even know if like the gaming layman cares about Beyond Good and Evil.
I don't think anyone gives a fuck anymore. That's true.
Well, I think like even during the announcement, I'm like there are plenty of people who care, but I feel like the casual layman who would get into it, right, wouldn't really care that much.
Yeah, we say this a lot in this
Like
podcast, but like striking when the like iron is like basically fucking freezing at this
cold.
point.
Yeah, yeah. So, striking when the iron is sub-zero is like yeah, it's because I complain about
Like,
it, but like I also understand like, going like, oh, you should have done it at the right time is like not really constructive.
yeah,
And
but
it's
like,
very
but like,
difficult.
there is a
Yeah.
thing to be said about that. It's like everyone knows that games take a lot of time to make.
Yeah.
So stop thinking about what is relevant now, because it's
Yeah,
not
and it's
going to
also
be when you finish. It's not going
and
to
it's
be whatever. Like, even
it's
even
also
if everything
just
goes
the
great, even if the game is great, if you're like taking your game in something that is relevant right now, it is not going to be relevant when it comes out.
yeah, because like the problems that kind of come with like with this is like you get so many situations where it's like you don't hit that sweet spot. You either wait till the IP is too long and you're hoping this new thing will revive it, right? Or like you're going in on something and you're just like capitalize on this IP and put out as much as you want. In which case the IP starts to get a little too saturated and then people start losing interest because there's just it's overwhelming. Um
Yeah,
and it's kind of hard to like really balance that. Like there's no correct set amount of time that people could look at it and go like, yeah, I'm not going to be sick of it, like, or yeah, I want um yeah, I don't want to wait any longer. Like I feel like people think 2 years is the mark, but like I don't even necessarily know if that's true. So
yeah. And like, there's a lot of things that come with like this whole thing of like games taking too long. So like, be careful about what you stake your game in. Um,
mhm.
so for example, if you're a video game writer, it doesn't matter how up to date you are with like culture and like the internet and whatever. It doesn't matter how funny you are. You may actually be just like genuinely like the funniest person alive. It doesn't matter. Don't put memes on a video game.
Don't put dated humor in video games.
Because
Current
by the
references
time the game comes
or
out, the
yeah.
meme is going to be old, and it's going to be
Yeah.
cringe.
So there was a conversation that someone had where it was like oh like having political humor in like video games even if it's out of date, it's a good way to like archive history. And it's like, yeah, but like when you're writing it, is that your goal? If your goal is like to get the laughs, then it like, be it political, be it memetic, um you're putting like a timer on it
Yeah,
essentially. And so like if your goal is to make a satire for like a political climate or like a thing of the like that's, for lack of a better word, concurrent to what you're making it, then yeah, you can totally go for it. No one's stopping you. But like
yeah,
if your goal is to just get some laughs, right? Then this is where like the debate has to be like thrown, because it's just like, okay, as soon as the joke is dated, are you going to get the laugh that you were hoping for when it was relevant, or are you going to get the thing where like the substitute teacher tries being hip with the kids and then everyone goes like, huh.
yeah. Yeah, and of course, like
Yeah.
there's like an exception here, and it's like if you're making a game that is like specifically set on like like a clear, like defined gear or like cultural like environment, is different.
Yeah.
Like if you're making a game that is like specifically set in like 2017, a couple of Harambe references are fine.
Well, yeah, there's like what is it? Class of 2008?
9.
Class of '09, where it's just like, yes, that's
That
kind of
game is
like
so
a
funny.
time. Yeah, it's like a time capsule of the humor and stuff like that kind of just like ran there, and like it's just like satirical of it. Like it works because it acknowledges that. But if you're trying to
Yeah, and if you and if you're
if you're
making
trying yeah.
and if you're making a game set on the 90s, of course everyone is going to be wearing Jinko jeans and saying tubular and radical. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah, no, like contemporary is the word I'm thinking of. Doing contemporary things is like fine, but like when
But
your whole thing is just
if your
like,
game is
oh,
just like generic, like modern day, no specific here, just like generic like nowadays. Like
oh yeah,
a lot of
then
games are like that. A lot of games are just like nebulous, like yeah, it's nowadays.
yeah. If it's a situation where you think the joke was going to be funny and it was like a meme when you're in development, you have to remember like you have to immediately think on the writing block is like, okay, what's the dev cycle? It might be 2 years. Is this going to be funny in 2 years?
Like in 3 years,
Or is this, or are people going to groan?
like I know for a fact that in 3 years, EA is going to put out a trailer and somebody is going to be doing the 6-7 thing on the trailer.
Hmm.
Because that's the way big companies work.
Yeah, it is.
Although to be fair, 6-7 seems to be like way more.
We've talked about this. This thing is, I feel like it's just like the weirdest meme of all time.
Why is it
does
surviving
not-
so long?
Yeah, it's scary. I don't like how scary it is.
Yeah. Yeah, like, because like, and I guess like people got into like the wrong like headspace because like the thing is like back when memes were starting to become a thing in like the early 2000s, early to mid 2000s, that was different because a meme there was like 2 new memes every year.
Mhm.
So a meme could survive for like a year and a half of being relevant. So writing a meme in a game was like, okay, fine. Some people are probably going to find it funny when the game comes out. But like that's not how it works nowadays. Everything is like 2 weeks. Tops. You know, so like I remember, do you like remember when I was in middle school? Like I was watching edits of the Fall of Edgar for like 2 years. That meme survived 2 years because that was the pace at which memes moved back then. It was way slower. So I think people use like the people who are writing stuff are kind of assuming that it still works like that, but it doesn't. Everything is just
Yeah.
way faster now.
I also think like if I'm always hesitant for saying this. I think if your humor relies on the punching bag to be the relatable meme, you might not be as clever as you think you are.
Oh yeah.
Because if your grand plan is to delegate the punchline rather than create the punchline, can you truly take credit? Like,
Yeah, because like good humor
I
is
don't think
like
you can.
really good original humor can be timeless.
Yeah, and that's not to say like you have to be original all the time. Like you can totally be mimetic and like kind of funny on how you like spin something. But like, like you could make the argument that like fucking D's nuts is like mimetic,
Like you want to
and
know what
people
my yeah.
find ways to implement it just to be immature and it'll work. But like, yeah.
Do you want to know what like how old my favorite joke is?
How old?
My favorite joke is from 1935.
Which one is it?
It's from a movie from 1935. I'm going to show it to you. I think
Okay.
I think I have already shown it to you, but I want to show it to you. And I need to like turn the audio on the screen because it has like an audio component.
Okay, just wait a second. There you go. Who's messaging me? We're doing the podcast,
Yes.
and you send me simping photos.
Yes.
What
Look
is
at the
you-
boobs.
Okay.
Okay, are you seeing the guy in black and white?
Yeah, I'm seeing the guy in black and white.
Okay.
More peace!
Only 6 seconds. Let's see.
It's the scream.
More
The way it flags.
Yeah, the fact that it clearly like it gains height mid.
And the fact that he goes off screen and there is a delay and he screams.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. That shit's pretty funny.
Like good humor survives the years. That's from 1935. And how old is the Who's on First thing?
The what?
The Who's on First?
I don't know.
You know, like the guy, he's like, oh, I'm a baseball coach. Okay, so what is the name of your team? Yeah, but who's on first? Yeah, I'm asking. Yeah, who's on first? Okay, so who takes the chick? Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like word misdirection jokes. Yeah.
And I think the joke is from 1965 or 56 or something like that. Like it's really old,
Yeah,
but it's still really
I
funny.
feel from Rush Hour, there are a lot of good scenes from Rush Hour, but like, yeah,
My favorite scene from Rush Hour is that it's actually a blooper.
is it they won't be in Rush Hour?
Yeah.
3?
Yeah.
Everyone on set laughed at that. Like Rush Hour has like really good humor like that bounces off on it. I think the problem is just like there's so much media, so like once you really get into a genre like comedy, it's very hard to be because some of the element.
Oh yeah,
certain,
I am
like,
me and
elements
he's
of
you. Yeah, I
comedy is
know that one.
surprise. Yeah. Some of the like the strongest parts of comedy is like the element of surprise or like the having the audience like kind of work along with you to get to the punchline, right? But
Yeah,
if you kind of get overexposed, you kind of get pretty good and fast at getting to the punchline.
yeah. It's like there's a thing. There's this like adage. Like if you're good enough writer, or you're like read enough, or like like literal enough, you will come to
Hmm.
understand that humor and horror are the same thing. The only difference is like how do you relieve the stress after the build up.
Hmm.
And so like a lot of the same things that apply to like making bad horror apply to making bad comedy. And one of the things is like predictability. Yeah, of course there's going to be a spooky thing on the black door. I know. There's going to be a spooky thing there. I'm not going to get scared. It's the same thing. If it's too predictable, nobody's going to laugh.
Yeah,
Like a lot of the things that apply to making good horror apply to making good comedy.
it's true. It's true because like you can't um like with horror you like a lot of people say it's a suspense, but at some point like when the suspense like goes on too long,
Nah, nah, you need that
um
point to release it.
yeah,
It's like
people kind of
build it up, release it. Build it up, release it.
people kind of acclimate and then they kind of like go into this like this protective state that just like when the jump scare happens they're kind of prepared for it because
Yeah,
they kind of see it coming.
you need to build it up, release, return to normal, build
Yeah,
up again. That's how.
and it's kind of like
But you don't
the
return to
parallel
normal.
to
You
like
have
a
to like
joke you can see coming from a mile away, right? So
you don't actually return to normal like they say like build up, release, return to normal. But you don't actually return to normal. Like every time you're doing it, like every time you do that cycle, you like the rest position is a little bit higher. So there is like
yeah,
another
because like
so there's like another current of
yeah,
like
exactly.
buying of like very very slowly is rising. The tension is rising over the entire thing.
Hmm.
And that also applies to comedy. Like, I think about it, like how many sets end with like a big joke that references something from the beginning, or like stuff that you have planted like throughout the entire thing. Because you're doing that,
Hmm.
you're like building up, release, return to like a little bit higher, build it up again, with release, return to a little bit higher. You're doing that roller coaster thing.
Yeah, because like the reason why you go higher at the end is because like once they've got hit with the first time, right? Like that bar like essentially like a is like a threshold for sensitivity. It raises
Yeah,
because they've experienced that. So you can't keep on hitting them with the same kind of thing. They'll they've gotten used to it. So you kind of have to up the ante essentially.
yeah,
And that's not to make it comedy and horror sound easy to write. Like that it's why it's so hard to find like good on both. Um, it's why you can just run across a lot of really shit comedy and a lot of really shit horror. So, but I'm also thinking like we spun off of this from what?
the demos, I think. So how we ended up
Yeah,
here.
yeah, the demos. Yeah, we always. But yeah, no demos. I didn't even go from there. Oh yeah, we were talking about like how like demos go from like sometimes you have like unique content there. You're one of us is medicated for ADHD.
Yeah,
Finally. But like yeah, okay. You were talking about Steamfest and then you were getting mad about the AI like on non-disclosures, which is or rather the AI disclosure thing that you have to sift through. I am surprised that Steam hasn't properly like tackled that.
yeah. Although I think like I think on the back end they do know I'm ignoring AI games
That's good.
because
That's
like
good.
because at the beginning of the Steam of the fest of the Steam Fest, when you went to like the page that shows the demos, it was just like showing you random games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like and they explain it in the page, which is like Steam is like learning from the demos you play, and in a couple of days we're going to have like a personalized feed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first couple of days, we were just showing random games, and it was a lot of AI stuff on there. Uh, but then when it actually switched to the personalized feed, I only got like a couple. So I think it actually does know that I'm like skipping like games with the AI disclaimers as like a general rule.
Yeah, I don't I wouldn't play them either. I'd probably just like sift through them and go like, yeah, no, no, thank you. I don't think like what was it? I think like a couple more studios came out like saying they were using AI placeholder assets, and I'm just like, I don't have to play shit for you. So
Yeah.
I am fascinated because like we also talked about like uh talked about something and then it reminded me is like I learned this only from Castle Super Beast is I did not know that the Japanese developer sentiment towards AI was much more lenient
Oh
than
yeah,
it is to like
they're
the
like not only
Western.
Japanese, just like
Yeah.
East Asian in general, like
Mhm.
Korea, China. They're much more like.
Yeah,
So a lot,
it's so
so a
much.
lot of like Japanese and Chinese games are like struggling with that. Like they release
Yeah,
something about the game and like they get a lot of like blowback and they're like, oh, we didn't know that the West was so negative about this.
yeah, because it's just like they put out the arguments too, and like, oh, we didn't even think about that. And it's like, okay, but like, all right, it kind of spawned off the whole Tupac thing because like it's so much weirder because RGG went through the trouble of not making him AI voiced, but hiring a guy to voice him. It's like the weirdest like volleyball of like questionable ethics. It's like, hey, let's bring back a dead guy for sales. Okay, cool, but we won't AI him.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
oh,
that's where
Nick.
we draw the line.
Do you think at some point they're going to ask the guy who's voicing Tupac to rap?
Oh god, for the karaoke.
Oh.
For the karaoke games. Here's the thing. In Infinite Wealth, your party member Eric Tomizawa is is like a member of the band, I believe King Nu, like a very popular Japanese band. And all of the party members have karaoke except him because clearly they wouldn't be able to afford it. I have no idea how they'd go about the Tupac thing because I think like all of the money would go to his estate, and his estate already signed off on him being in
Yeah.
the thing. So
And
it
there's a
would be
whole lot of
really
drama
weird
there
if
that
they
like the state is
licensed the
actually
game.
there's a whole thing about
I
like
mean,
this
license the name. Songs.
there's a whole thing about the state actually like not being owned by the family but like by some like Warner Brothers executive that like took over at some
Oh yeah,
point.
because the family got like cheated out of it.
You know?
Yeah, that sucks. That also makes this extremely more questionable and like what
There really is
can
no
you go?
worse there really is like very few people that are worse than like very few people worse than fucking Warner Brothers executives. They are so consistently evil. It's crazy.
They are surprising in how they because like wasn't there the Warner Brother Games one where they had like the dead employee for like Shadow of War as like a unit, and then like he died during dev, and they made him like a unit like an orc, right?
Mm.
I think with special perks and does DLC microtransactions, and then they were like, oh yeah, you can pay for him, and he's like, or is the money gonna go to his family? And why
No.
would it? Why would we do that? Ew. And you just look at them and you're just like, how are you guys so consistent like this? This is like weird.
It's almost impressive.
Yeah, it's always impressive. Like I kind of just like get there and I'm just like, I'm like I should be mad, but you're just kind of mustache twirling evil, so I can't even pretend like you know better.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I was going back to like the demo thing. I was playing it. I saw this game, right? And I don't even remember the name of the game. But it was like it looked like a really cool like 2D action game, like really nice pixel art, like really fast combat, like from the trailers at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I installed the demo and I start playing the game, and I'm just talking with a guy, and I walk very slowly to another place and while talking to that guy, and then I keep walking very slowly to another place and I keep talking to him.
Oh god.
And I'm like, okay, maybe the very beginning of the game where just like where you're talking to your mentor should not be the demo. You guys should
Oh
have
my god,
picked.
the Assassin's Creed walk-in talks.
Yeah, maybe pick another.
Oh,
Maybe like make the demo like level 3 or something. I don't know.
walk-in talks, dude. Fucking.
Like a very quick like on-screen tutorial telling you, okay, press this button for this, press this button for that. Go, and just like let you play
I don't
like
think
level
I've
3 or something like that.
I don't think I've ever enjoyed walk-in talks.
Yeah, me neither.
I think like whenever like there's the variant that is will your NPC companion can like talk to you on the radio while you traverse the overworld at your set speed, like your usual speed, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's not offensive. It's just anything that just like purposely slows you down is like so infuriating.
Yeah. And I think I just think like, okay, I understand like motion capture is expensive, animation is expensive. So like I understand that you may not have like um the budget for like you might have too much dialogue for like have a fully animated cutscene for every single line of dialogue you have, right? Uh
Mm-hmm.
but if you need to like chip out on some of the dialogue, make it like Xboxes so I can skip through it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I understand, you know, you're not going to have a full animated cutscene for everything, but like if you're not going to do that, make it Xboxes so I can use like very quickly because I read very fast. Just do that. Probably cheaper too.
It would be like I just I'm so
And also
fucking
like
done with like games that are just like, how about you just sit down and we force you to listen to this person. And it's just like I don't I don't want you to, okay, like I'm fine with, okay, you don't need to keep things high octane for an entire game. You do need periods of rest. That's
yeah.
actually a truth. Like you won't be able to process everything that you're enjoying if you're just blazing through it. But it's like the game has to naturally set that momentum in a way where I'm choosing to rest, or like it feels like it's natural for me to go through an area and just kind of like do some downtime. Whereas like the game just sitting me down and just being like, you're gonna sit there and listen to this person, it's just like you're i I feel like I'm being talked down to.
Yeah, and like I feel like if
And
if you really need me to like actually listen to something or like watch something, take the control entirely away from me. Because it feels like more annoying when you can when you're in a cutscene but you can still move the camera, but like watch a
you
little
know,
bit.
okay, you know what, you're right. If it like just make it a cutscene.
Yeah,
Just
like
make it a cutscene, because it enacts a different part of my brain when it's just a cutscene. If it's like
yeah,
I can move around in the room, it's like you're dangling the carrot on the stick, and I'm getting more angry.
like you know the thing in like the very first Assassin's Creed where like when people talking you can just like shuffle around the room.
Yeah,
Like I don't know it is so much. It's like I just want to leave.
I just want to. Yeah, me too. I just find it infuriating because like, what's the point of half-assing it? Just like, I get it. Like maybe like the cutscene, someone will find like too many cutscenes like boring, but at the same time, like giving me the illusion of choice and trapping me in a room, all for me to just go like, when can I leave the room? If my entire feeling is just like, when can I leave the room, and I'm just waiting at the door to leave the room, you've still monumentally failed
Yeah,
on your pacing here.
and also like specifically when it comes to like scenes where you have to like follow behind someone, it's very annoying because like
Yeah,
you are not doing anything mechanically interesting, but the game still will not progress unless you input something.
yeah,
So like in a normal cutscene, you can just like take the opportunity to like eat something, have a drink, because you can take your hands off the controller. You can just like, you know, even if you
yeah, yeah.
even if you're still paying attention, you can take your hands off the controller and like, you
Yeah,
know,
you can
like
have your rest period. You can get a drink. You can,
you can like if you're someone like me who has like very long hair, you can like use the opportunity to like tidy it up and like stuff like that. Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you can like get a drink, get a move your chair a little bit, like you know, you have opportunities to do stuff
Yeah, yeah.
to like reset your
Because
position.
there are times you do need that rest, because like what if you like just had like the highest adrenaline rush of your life from a
Yeah.
good boss fight and stuff like that. Yeah,
Or like if you care about your health, you can take the opportunity of like a cutscene to just like stand up, like do a couple of squats or like stretch a little bit,
stretch your legs.
and you're still watching the cutscene, you're still getting the information, but because the game doesn't require you to like actively press buttons, you can do that.
Hmm.
You can like move a little bit and stuff like that. But if the game requires you to just like walk behind someone, you're just sitting there like holding the analog stick up. It's like this is not fun. This is not mechanic.
It's not fun. You're kind of mocking me with the kind of control you're giving me.
Yeah. And also, if
Yeah.
you absolutely need me to follow behind someone, make them the same speed as I am. Jesus fucking Christ.
That would be good. I think it wouldn't matter if they were like you at your max speed at
Yeah.
any given moment, and you just made the objective further. It's not the fact that like, it's not even the fact that they're talking to me, or there's time being taken away where they're talking to me. It's the fact that you've slowed me down and I'm aware of it. If you say like the objective is like 30 meters from the character, and I'm forced to slow down with this other character for walking speed to get there, I would be infuriated. But if it say the objective was like maybe I don't know 300 meters away from me, but we could both go at our max speeds as we're traversing, it feels less offensive because I don't feel that slowdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's so annoying, especially when you're playing on like keyboard and mouse. So like when a character is like slightly faster than your walking speed, but slightly slower than your running speed. So you have to. So instead of just like you don't even get to hold the W button. You have to like tap it, stop, tap it, stop, tap it,
Yeah.
stop. And I will give like,
There's a special place in hell.
and if you really want to have like, if you really want to have conversations that happen during traversal, there are ways to do that in like ways that are like player controlled. Like for example, God of War, the 2018 one. When you're in the boat, they keep talks to you, right? But you're the one that's like moving the boat. You're the one that is controlling the boat. So you go at the speed you want. You go where you want because you are the boat. And if you stop the boat and you get out of the boat, the game doesn't stop you. The game stops the conversation, and when you get back in the boat, the conversation resumes again.
Mm-hmm.
So there are ways to do that, and like ways that are like don't like constrain the player like that. And I think what was that name of the game? It was also a Sony game, which was like zombies and like a guy on a bike.
Sonic game?
Sony,
Sunny.
which like zombies and a bike. What was it called?
Oh, I know. Z? No, not World War Z. God.
Days Gone. Days Gone.
Yeah.
You know the one with the director who like whenever something bad happens to him, he blames woke.
Yeah, he's so funny.
He's like,
He
I
just
stepped, I,
can't.
I stepped on a Lego today. It's the fault of the woke mob.
He just can't handle it, and you're just sitting there, you're just giggling, you're just like, this man, this man is just so miserable.
Did you know that studio made Bubsy 3D?
What?
The studio that made
There's
Days
so
Gone,
many
they made Bubsy
questions.
3D.
There's so many questions.
Like, well, how did they survive Bubsy 3D so long?
Yeah, how? When your claim to fame is Bubsy 3D and also like Days Gone, did they close down? I feel like they closed down.
No, they're still around.
Why?
I don't know. Why did they close Blue Point but not these guys?
That's a good question.
Because Sony owned them.
They did, yeah.
I don't know. No, but yeah, like that game is another game. Yeah, the Days Gone guys made Bubsy 3D. In that game, sometimes people like go with you, so that you have like AI companions. And when you get on your bike, they start talking to you. They get they get behind you on the bike and they start like having conversations with you. But again, you are the one driving the bike. And if you stop, they stop the conversation. You get to kill zombies or whatever, and when you get back on the bike, they go like anyway, and they keep going in conversation, which is like you should do it like that. Just do it like that. It's so easy to just like have the guys go anyway. You stop the conversation for some reason. Ay.
I'll be real. When I saw Days Gone, there was not a neuron activated upon looking at it. I'm also sorry. I decided because like you also talked about it, so I was like maybe I was being too hard on it because it's a zombie game, and I tend to be really hard on zombie games because I don't find zombie media too interesting.
I think zombies are just like older. Like
yeah, I didn't even like them during the heyday. I just couldn't like bother carrying in my own personal thing. I find like any sort of apocalypse scenario like cooler with different things than just mindless drones.
yeah.
But like yeah, I looked up footage for Days Gone and I was just like, yeah, there's still no neuron activation here.
That's definitely a video game.
Yeah.
Really, the game
Too
of all
many
time.
people. I'm so mad that people bought my game on sale. That's why we aren't getting a sequel. Oh well. And the world wept.
Yeah, that guy is like, he's such a fucking crybaby. Like nothing is ever his fault. Wah. They woke more on
Wait.
on
If
this
people
on the
are
Steam
only
sales.
buying your game on sale, it mayhaps be that the game was too expensive.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, it probably feels like shit. The fact that like Bobsy 3D is still more memorable than the other guys than Days Gone.
I'm gonna be real with you because I completely forgot the name Days Gone.
Yeah, like Bobsy 3D is more memorable. More people remember Bobsy 3D than Days Gone. Like it,
Because if you hadn't reminded me what Days Gone was and you just gave me the name Days Gone, I would not remember.
yeah. Uh, yeah, like for me, that game is just like a zombie game with a bike. Like that's all there is about that game. It's a zombie game with a bike. It's like wow, revolutionary. The peak of creativity.
Hey, but isn't this just like Death Road to Canada? No, mine's a bike. That's a car. Asshole.
What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, you know what I've been wondering lately?
What?
Why has nobody made like a dungeon crawler that is like based on the Divine Comedy? Like that feels like right territory for the taking.
You know, out of all the people who are like copying like Hades, you'd think someone would have done that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
or like a dungeon crawler. Like it is perfect. Like a game that is structured for like Persona 3, for example, but it is like hell instead of like that tower. Like it is there. Like it is basically already all there.
Yeah, no, like the only game that I can remember with like with Divine Comedy is Dante's Inferno from EA.
Yeah,
That's what a legacy.
yeah, and like do you have like a favorite like classical artist?
Classical artist.
Yeah, like painter, like painter, something like that. Do you have like a favorite?
This is again going to be one of those things where I'm going to remember like long after the podcast. I can't think of one off the top of my head now.
Because I definitely got one recently.
Who isn't?
Because you know how like I've been talking about like I've been reading a lot about like the Bible and mysticism and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I kept getting across this like whenever I was reading about stuff like that I kept coming across these like illustrations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at some point I was just like, wow, those illustrations are like really fucking cool. Like I wonder who made them. Um, and I went to the page of the artist and I started looking at his stuff. And I don't know, there's something about the way like he does like because all of these stuff are like engravings, right? Um, so basically, what he did, what his method was like he would like take a plate of metal, right? It was like a flat plate of metal, and he would use like corrosive acid to like basically like paint a negative of of the drawing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he would cover the plate of metal in ink and use it to print copies of the drawing.
Okay.
So that's why what basically I'm saying this so you know like the reason like everything I'm showing you is basically use like black and white lines. Isn't like really any painting being done necessarily. It's because that was like the method this was like produced with.
So you find it more interesting because of the method
Uh,
rather
Kinda,
than the
but also
final
just like
product, or
the character of the illustrations, like the, the framing, the light, the way he uses like lighting and shadow. It's fucking amazing. Look at this fucking.
oh, that's really cool. What the fuck? What are you? I know that picture too. Isn't that no? Is that Leviathan?
Yeah, that's the Leviathan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like this one, what? Why does the one look so big? Big scale? Like the scale and like the small detail. And like I think this one is my favorite.
Yeah, these are red. These are like these are unironically go hard.
Yeah, and like the shadows and the lighting and like the composition, right? Like all of it is like it looks so fucking cool.
It does.
Oh, he draws death.
Yeah, that shit's rad.
Yeah, his name is Gustave Dore, right?
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think he may be my favorite classical artist now.
They do have a lot of character to them. They're really fucking cool. Did he do stuff for Norse
Mythology?
religion?
I don't know.
'Cause I feel like I've seen something.
Because I know he did a lot of like he did like an illustrated Bible. He did like and like connecting back like the reason this led to one is because he also did like an illustrated Divine Comedy. He did some stuff for like some like Arthurian poems and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if he did like
Oh, did he do stuff like the final fight with Mordred and stuff like that?
I don't know. Let me check if I can find like I think I have to go to Wikimedia to find all the he did illustrations for
I'm gonna get
Ideals of the
something to
King.
drink.
Ideals
Mm-hmm.
of the King. It seems to be like an Arthurian cycle thing. I don't know if he like the Rime of the Ancient Mariner, the Bible, Paradise Lost. I don't see anything specifically about that.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I know a couple of his like Paradise Lost images are very popular. Like I think everyone has seen this one at some point. At least it's like if you know what Paradise Lost is, you have probably seen this one at some point.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so cool, and like the fact that it's all just like lines, like black and white, like black ink, just like lines, and it still like manages to have like that much character, that much like difference in like the lighting and stuff like
Exactly.
that.
Yeah, yeah, it does a really cool thing. Like you can still tell depth and everything as well. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's so cool.
You gotta respect like experimental artists like that back in the day who were just like kind of going like, hey, let me see if I can just slather this on a plate and then just see if I can get the intended result I want.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you have to like when you're doing that, you have to like do the negative one because the parts that are like higher up are the ones that are getting the ink, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to do a negative when you're like doing the engraving part. Okay, I haven't even talked about my week. just like
Yeah, go for your week.
we're just like my 2 weeks. We kind of just we finished one of the routes in Fire Emblem. We started another one.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
All right.
because that's the thing about Fire, and I'm very curious because like the new one takes place like 300 years after like the one that they just announced takes place 300
Oh, yeah. Okay,
takes
that's interesting.
place 300 years after Fire Emblem.
Do they all take place in the
No,
same timeline?
no.
Okay.
Um, and I'm wondering which route is going to be like the canon one, because all of the four routes in Fire Emblem are like mutually exclusive.
Really? Wait. Isn't the fourth one like here's it all coming together?
No, the fourth one is like you ally with the church.
Okay. I didn't know that.
The first three ones are the first three routes are aligning with like any of the three
Yeah,
like
the
political
houses.
entities.
Yeah.
And the fourth one is aligning with the church.
Okay.
Um, and I'm wondering which one is going to be like the one that is canon for like the new Fire Emblem game because like they are all mutually exclusive. Like
Well,
like the way people
Hmm.
like the things that happen, the cities get destroyed, like the people who die, like they are all like very
well,
aggressively mutually exclusive.
is there a chance like 300 years in the future just gives them enough breathing time, like breathing room to just like keep it ambiguous? Like they can just go like, oh yeah, no,
Not
that's an
really.
age. Okay.
Because like the consequences of like the ending of every route has like very drastic consequences on like everything.
Okay. All right.
Like the entire rest of the like sociopolitical future of the continent completely changes depending on the route you go for. So I'm wondering which one they're going for. The route we finish is the one where you defeat racism with the power of friendship.
The first route or the final route?
The route we finished, the route we just finished.
Okay.
Although you can do them in any order. Uh, you can do them in any order, but generally speaking, it's recommended to do the church one last. So that's what we're doing.
Mhm.
But you can do them in any order, really. Uh, but yeah, the one we just finished is the one where you like beat racism with the power of friendship. Because every JRPG needs that, right? Every JRPG needs a part where you.
They do need the friendship one.
I mean, you
They
like
need the really weird implication that all the people who failed against the villain prior just weren't popular enough.
yeah, and also racism. Like again, like not only we defeat the villain, we defeated the racism,
We
which
beat it, guys.
which was completely unrelated to the villain, but we also did that.
The racism is now over.
Yeah. Um. I mean, I say we beat it with like the power of friendship, but what actually happened is that we were fighting the main bad guy and the leader of the house, the leader of the like alliance, which is like this round. He shot a magical arrow at the guy, uh, so he wasn't able to like block an attack, and with it chopped his head off. That's what actually happened. A lot of friendship, but also that.
Jesus.
A lot of friendship, but also that. uh, also that guy is like fucking legendary hater. He has been like asleep for like 1,500 years. And the first thing he does when he wakes up is like make an army and like march on your fucking house.
I gotta respect that energy. I really do. That's like at some point it loops around to being like, you know what, you know your priorities.
Yeah, legendary hater. Um, his name is actually just like straight up Nemesis.
That's rad.
Um, and the plot of the story, like one of the revelations you get is that like all of the like cool swords you get, like there are like these like enchanted weapons called like I don't remember what they're called actually. But they have like a special name and they're like 10 holy weapons or something like that. And they all have like this very particular aesthetic and like turns out like what happened to those weapons is like there was once upon a time the goddess lived on Earth, right? And she had children,
Mm-hmm.
and all of the children live in like a specific place. And one day, this motherfucker
Okay.
just marched into the into the fucking place where the goddess and her children lived, killed the goddess and 10 of her children, and made weapons with their like hearts and skeletons and shit.
What? This
And
escalated really fast.
those are the legendary weapons in the game. They're actually like dead people.
Ugh.
which which to be fair explains why in the intro cutscene of the game, which the intro cutscene of the game doesn't make sense until you play like 3 routes at least.
Okay.
Because like you get a lot of like piecemeal revelations over the different routes.
Mm-hmm.
But it explains why like after she defeats the Nemesis guy, the champion of the goddess like grabs the sword that he had and pokes it, and he's like, "It's over now, mom," because that's actually her mom. That's her mom's skeleton. That's her spine.
Oh. See, like, it's one thing if, like, oh, we smith it with the, wait. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I just looked at the chat for a second. It's like, hey, we smith this with the blood of the fallen. It's like, okay, yeah, that's kind of metal, I guess. It's like, composite with, like, the blade's steel or whatever, but you're telling me it's like, yeah, I'm holding my mom's vertebrae to...
And like the funky thing is like the sword actually looks like it's made of like a spine.
Ugh.
But the first time you play the game, you just assume like that like it's anime. You just made that because it looks cool, right? You
Yeah,
just assume
but
that.
turns
But no,
out
it's actually someone's skeleton.
I'd be so grossed out. I mean, I guess we do that with like monsters in Monster Hunter
Yeah.
and stuff
Well,
like
this is
that. So
Nemesis.
like, okay, Nemesis, I respect the hater.
Yeah, and that is the sword that is made with a spine.
Oh well, then that's the person's fault for having such a swordish spine.
No, I think there are the other bones in there.
Oh, okay. Because I was just like, if you took an X-ray and your spine ended up looking like the Holy Blade Excalibur, you could kind of understand why someone would just start wielding it post
Um,
mortem.
and the cool thing about this sword is that it is one of those swords that turns into a whip sometimes.
Oh, serrated because of vertebrae. Oh God.
No, but it is one of those that are like like the swords and like from Ivy from Soul Calibur, where her sword turns into a whip sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No, because it makes sense. Because the vertebrae has like the serrated, like,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And what is cool is that is actually like that actually has like a mechanical function. Um, because when you're wielding the sword, which the main character is the only one who can, um,
Mm-hmm.
when you're wielding the sword, you can actually attack from two spaces away instead of just one. Because
Mm-hmm.
normally for melee attacks, you need to like be like next to the enemy, like naturally, right? But when you're wielding the sword, you can actually attack from like one space away because it's a chain, so it like reaches out. um, the main disadvantage of that is that you have to like that you cannot repair the sword with like all the blacksmiths, because weapons in Fire Emblem have durability. Uh, you cannot repair it with the blacksmith. You have to like during like the calendar time, you have to waste one of your weekends resting to repair it. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
trade. So it's a trade-off when and how you use them. Um, and, but yeah, we finished that route. We started the other one. We started the Black Eagles route. Uh, who, by the way, never do anything wrong. Just letting you know. When we talk about what happens in the
Mm-hmm.
second, when we talk about what happens in the second half, I just letting you know that was justified. They didn't do anything wrong. We haven't gone there yet, but when we get to that point, I'm letting you know. Edelgard did nothing wrong.
Oh God.
uh,
It's always bad when you have to preface they did nothing wrong.
yeah. I'm just saying, Nick.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Genova doesn't exist on the Fire Emblem world. Okay? So war crimes don't
Alright.
exist either.
Alright.
Like that as a
Okay.
concept is
I
not a
guess,
thing.
I guess if you really want to get down to it, like, yeah, like the old nations had like shit that probably wouldn't fly by now.
Like no, like that, like genuinely, like that's something I think about. Like, why do we like? Why does everyone portray? Like, I was thinking about like this, like the other day. Why do we always portray like Vlad Tepes as like this crazy bloodthirsty guy, right?
Oh well, historically, like his stories, if I remember correctly, they're not necessarily like because so much of it could be like embellished to a degree.
Yeah, yeah, but like if
Because it's there's like that point where it's just like, and then he got a bunch of the Ottomans and he got their heads all on spikes and put it in the kingdom. He's like, you mean he dragged all those bodies over?
and so that was just the style at the time. Even if he did that was just the style at the time.
But it's just like the amount of resources just to do that is just like, yeah,
Yeah, but
no,
also
like,
again, even if he actually did all those things,
yeah.
that was just the style at the time.
Oh yeah, no, back then, like, yeah, no, it makes sense because like, yeah, there was just like
Everyone was doing
there's
that. Why is he one of history's greatest villains just by doing what everyone else was doing? but the thing is, like, I actually reach an answer. I know exactly why he is one of history's greatest villains.
Mm.
Because he knows.
Yeah, history is written by the victors.
That's the only reason he's like a monster in the eyes of history, is because he lost.
Because like any historians who are around are usually the ones who lived in like the current kingdom or like the victor one, and then they don't want to like displease like uh the people who won because they could get angry, right? And it's why there's such things where it's like when going into history you have to look and try being as objective as possible, because like you have to check who's your source, right? And like if it's going to be embellished or not. And there's a very high likelihood, like stuff like during Augustus's era. Augustus is a master of like propaganda and filleting himself and making himself seem great. So
Yeah.
you have to cautiously approach how you examine like texts of himself. For God's sake, he has like a little monument that essentially writes all of his notable achievements, and even then you have to kind of go like, okay, like how do we discern like what isn't, like the entire Aeneid is a commission of from Augustus to
Yeah.
essentially like make him to legitimize him himself as like as emperor, as the very first emperor. So yeah.
Yeah. And uh yeah, and why was Vlad so angry with the Ottomans? Well, because the Ottomans killed his dad and then had him slave for like 14 years. Of course he wanted a little bit of vengeance, right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like that just happens. Like and actually, like, there's a parallel I want to make with someone else who has like a similar story of like an invading nation kills her family, and she like has like a bunch of like very, very bloody revenge. Uh her name
Mm-hmm.
is her name is Olga of Kiev. And she was the queen of the Kievan Rus. Um and then the Drevlians, these other like tribe or whatever, they killed her husband. And then they send an ambassador being like, okay, you have to marry your prince now because your child is only 3 years old. And she just like burns that the ambassadors like in the fire, just like burn. But she hides that. She hides that. And then she sends a message to like the Drevlians being like, okay, I will do that. Um I will do that. But you need to send an entourage of very important men to escort me. And so they send them in, and she warns those two. And she's still hiding the fact that she did that. So she sent another message to the rebellions, being like, "Okay, I want to have a funeral feast um, on the grave of my husband, which is like on enemy territory."
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she invited all of the like rebellions and their dignitaries and stuff like that to the funeral, like on the surface to like normalize relationships before marrying the prince, right? Um, but then she served a lot. She served like alcohol that was way stronger than what she was supposed to serve. So everyone on that party got drunk. So they just killed everyone on there when they got drunk.
Yeah.
So then, because we're not over, and then she raised an army and she besieged the city where they killed her husband. So then, the city was like she won like the battles on the field, but like they retreated to the city and they were just like besieging the city. And you know how like sieges on like in real life were like months and months of nothing happening, just waiting for them to start.
Yeah.
And this, at some point, the city was like, okay, we want peace. What is your price? Um, and she was like, okay, I want a tribute from each house. From each house, I want 3 pigeons and 3 sparrows. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the people in the city were like, oh, yeah, that's a very small price, but we'll take that. Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, sure, great. So everyone sent her the birds. Uh, and what she did was she basically just like attached a piece of like cloth, covered in flammable material
Mm-hmm.
to each one of the birds, and they just send them free. And the birds returned to the house, which was in the city. And because every house had sent a bird, every house got a bird with a piece of fire in return. So the entire city fucking burned down. And then they just enter and they killed everyone else. Everyone that survived the fire, they just terminate. And why am I mentioning here? Because like if you think about it, her story is very similar to that of Blood, right? Like an enemy killed her family, and she like sets on like a quest of bloody revenge, and like enters war with um with that other like faction, and is like incredibly like violent and like vengeful when she does that, right?
Mhm.
What is the key difference? What is the key difference between Blood and her? The key difference between Blood and her is that for some fucking reason, she's a saint, like an actual Catholic saint.
Yeah.
I guess.
Sainthood's also funny because like sainthood can just be like the most ironic, unfortunate circumstances you could ever have, where like there's one saint who died by being sawed in half.
Yeah, and now
But
everyone
not
paints him with like a fucking sword.
Yeah, but he's also the patron saint of like carpenters and people who use saws. And it's just like, bro.
Yeah, but like that is so fucked up the way like every saint is like painted with like the thing that killed him.
Yeah,
And like can't you imagine?
kind of metal in its own way though.
Yeah, it's kind of metal, but like also like what mean, I guess. Like kind of fucked
Yeah,
up.
it's kind of mean.
No, but like you know the real reason why Olga is saint and Blood is a monster. Is that she won.
Yeah.
She kept blaming the queen, and when her son grew up, he was the king. He won.
Well, yeah, historians like there's always going to be like propagandists and stuff like when you're on the like Scholar for Victory and stuff, and sometimes you'll get the like you'll get the critics and stuff like that. But another good example is just like contemporary in time is just like those sort of intimidation tactics and like psychological warfare and just like underhanded methods would seem like quote unquote dishonorable back in the old days. Like Roman Empire was very honor driven. Dignitas is what they call them, right? But when they
Yeah.
were facing the Carthaginians, Hannibal is most notable because he uses like a lot of like what would be considered underhanded tactics. He like tricks his opponents. He seeds like discontent and doubt within the Roman ranks. He famously like orchestrated events where he forced like the Romans to essentially like skip sleep, miss breakfast, and traverse cold.
Yeah.
While he set up the situation while his soldiers had just come out well rested, and just like
Didn't he
completely
like
pulverize the opposition.
I may be remembering like incorrectly, but didn't like the Battle of Cannae, didn't he also like set it up so like the sun was on his back? So the Romans were like blinded by it.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Now the funny thing is also with the Carthaginians, like it's not like they were always the best with warfare because like there was a time where they used to have like the famous like battle elephants, the war elephants,
Yeah.
and for some reason they kept them in the back, and then someone like literally outside had to go like, why are you doing that? Wouldn't you put this thing in the front? Why are you putting it in the back?
Yeah.
But
And like
like, yeah,
obviously
no.
there is like
Mhm.
when it comes to history, there is like people, organizations, governments that were like very obviously evil, right? Like beyond question.
Mhm.
Like like the Khmer Rouge, the Nazis, like like if someone is questioning the evil of some of those organizations, you have to like wonder if you want to keep talking to that person.
Yeah.
Right? But like one of the things about like the Nazis and the Khmer Rouge and the Soviets and stuff like that is like they are like modern like governments, modern like organizations. So there is like evidence of what they did.
Yeah.
So like the reason we know the Nazis were evil is because we have just a bunch of photos and videos and like stuff like that shows that they were very clearly just like incredibly fucked up and like they killed millions of innocent people for no other reason and they were like not the right brains. And we know that because not because it was written by the victors, but because we have the photos and the videos and the documents
No,
and
because time has progressed and we've been able to document it well. And you know what?
But like when it comes to like
Not
when you start going to
Yeah.
like back when you start going back in the past, when like you didn't have this kind of like very solid evidence and stuff like that, you have to wonder, like, did the Carthaginians actually sacrifice children? like did the Germans actually eat people? Like,
Well, okay, so for the Carthaginians, it's very hard to figure out because I haven't gotten a study on Carthaginian stuff, but it's just like, again, because like, a lot of it Carthage must die, so I imagine a lot of things we must have lost there, but like sacrifice was also just like not uncommon during the old days,
yeah.
and it would create a runaway
Oh yeah,
effect.
everyone did that back in the day.
Yeah. Well, it's just like there were so many instances, like, we think of like also like the Mayans and the Aztecs, where it's the runaway effect of, oh, if we sacrifice for crops and then we just continue this because like, oh, did our crops not harvest? Maybe we didn't sacrifice enough, or oh, the crops went well, so the sacrifices are working. That's like the problematic nature of sacrifice.
Yeah.
So we're not entirely sure. To like also like even if we were to give Carthage the benefit of the doubt of like the child sacrifice, Carthage was still an empire at the end of the day, and
Yeah.
you very rarely create an empire without bloodied hands. Like they would do the standard too. They would probably have conquered, sold away a bunch of like the civilians into slavery, etc., etc. So like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, but like what I'm saying
did
is
they
not like they
actually
were good
sacrifice
guys.
kids? Probably not.
Like I'm not saying they
Well,
were the
no,
good guys.
I would say
I'm just
not,
saying like
probably
were
not,
they
but
actually
yeah.
like any worse than the Romans? Any
Yeah,
more
no,
monsters compared to the
there's
Romans?
no. There's like literally no comparison point to go like, oh yeah, were they worse? Because like chances are like both of their traditional sets have done some terrible damage in different ways, right? So
Yeah, but like when it comes to
yeah,
history, we remember them as being worse than the Romans because the people who wrote their story were the Romans after they killed everyone.
yeah.
So the
It,
Romans just
it,
made them look
it's
bad.
it's bound to happen. Like it's weird. Like the most respectful things that we get are ironically of Hannibal, who is like the most terrifying thing to Romans. Like the Romans get anxiety because of Hannibal. Like
Yeah,
Hannibal is at the gates is a saying. So
yeah, no. Like that's the thing when it comes to like studying history again. Like for like more modern things is like different because we have a lot of like hard evidence, right?
mhm.
But when it comes to like the olden days when like the only thing you got was like stuff someone wrote down, you have to wonder how much of that is just like the people who won the wars lying while their enemies were the wars.
Oh yeah.
um,
Well, it's easy to like when you make the texts and stuff like that in history. It's easy to better justify your standing, right? And like make yourself seem better. Like Chinese emperor succession. What like remember the mandate of heaven was created, and its
yeah,
entire purpose was to take away power from like the previous standing and going, oh, they've lost the mandate of heaven, and now I am proving through some sort of oracles, some sort of miracles that I have been proven by the mandate of heaven. And like that historical like thing of just like kind of vilifying the opposition to validate your own place, so people don't question you later on, right? Question like your ethics as a ruler. Like we even had this in like the English successions, where I think like one king uh quote unquote retroactively put a record that they became the king of England before going to war with the actual king of England, so they could like look back and then go like, oh, no, you see, all the people who were warring against me, they were the ones actually against England and stuff like that. So it's like it's weird.
yeah. I think like
It's a common tactic used in the old days. So
I think like the most absurd like example of that. Um, the most absurd like example of that is like back in the Middle Ages when there was like a bunch of like when the Catholic Church was like like a proper political entity and there was like succession crises and like fake popes and stuff like that. Uh,
mhm.
at some point, one of the popes just fucking like like exhumed the cadaver of the last pope, put him on trial,
Oh,
I
I
found him
remember this.
guilty,
Yeah, it was the funniest thing ever. I do remember this. Yeah.
and found him guilty.
People
And like
People are
sentence him
so
to like have
fucking
his
petty.
fingers cut off, like they just cut off the fingers of the other guy because that was the sentence.
Yeah. People are so funny when it comes to that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, poor Vlad. Vlad is a poor Vlad is my poor misunderstood like Haoshi. He just
It's also kind of like I think History of Bridge kind of summed him up. He's kind of like what your edgy high schooler self would like self-insert
yeah.
himself as a historic leader, and it's like, yeah, that is kind of bland, isn't it?
Yeah.
But hey, part of like we say this in the ways of like vilifying, but some leaders definitely probably like leaned into it against their
Oh yeah.
opponents.
Like have you
You realize
become
like that creates psychological warfare for like the opponent. Is like, I'm facing a monster can also be equally terrifying. Like sure, you can rally the people and go, we must defeat this monstrous people, but when you actually get the civilians to fight him, and if you start losing, you're like, oh, they really are a monster, and that can just easily just like snowball, and then they start losing hope.
like I'm looking for like a specific thing. Like that was a whole thing with like the Assyrian kings back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
It was like they were like commission like inscriptions and stuff like that bragging about how like violent they were. I'm looking for like specific ones so I can read it.
Yeah, because also like at the end of the day, like not all cultures are gonna go like even from our morality. Like I think there, I remember, I forget which course it was, but I think it was like a, no, I don't think it was anthropology. I don't take anthropology courses, but like there was essentially one where a guy had contacted like a tribe of native woman in the Amazonian rainforest, and they're an all female tribe. They only like go out to meet men to like, you know, propagate the next generation, right?
Yeah.
And the whole thing is they give birth, and if they have a girl, welcome to the tribe. If they have a baby boy, they smash its head in with a rock. And like the reporter is like horrified of this, and he asks like, how could you possibly do that to a baby? And like they're like, this is a very weird thing you're kind of pushing onto us, like morality wise. Why would we care?
Yeah.
And it's like a very terrifying idea, but like I guess like that can just happen too.
Yeah. I found it. But it was the Assyrian king Ashur Nasir Pal II. Uh, and he commissioned like an inscription, like a big wall
Yeah.
with like cravings and like craving carvings and like characters and stuff like that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and it says, I built a pillar over against the city gate and I flayed all the chiefs over, remove the skin. That's what flaying means. Um, and I flayed all the chiefs who had revolted and I covered the pillar with the skins. Some I impaled upon the pillar on stakes, and others I bound to stakes around the pillar. I cut the limbs of the officers who had rebelled. Many captives I burned with the fire, and many I took as living captives. For some I cut off their noses, their ears, their fingers. Of many I put out their eyes. I made one pillar of the living and another of the heads, and another of heads, and I bound their heads to tree trunks around the city. The young men and maidens I consumed with fire. The rest of their warriors I consumed with thirst in the desert of the Euphrates. And he was just bragging about that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, well, I did that. I did all that shit, huh? Huh? You gonna fuck with me? You
Yeah,
gonna
pretty
fuck
much.
with me?
There was like that guy infamous for like cutting up the meat off like off of people's faces and all that. So it's just like uh you know, the guy who like apparently like, what was it? Did he kill? It was like that one that killed like 400 not 400, like 100 officers or something, and then he was just like, he got tired, so he decided to just start blinding them, and he only left one soldier in the army not blind so he could lead them back home.
Oh yeah, I think I remember.
Yeah. So that they could all just like tell their leaders like, yeah, it didn't go too well.
But yeah. So of course I'm still also doing the GBA thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like again, like just like with the did I already talk about this one actually? I don't know. I think I didn't. Um yeah, I'm just looking at like because sometimes I forget to like label the weeks on my document. Did
Okay.
have I talked already about like a Fear Factor game with you?
No, I don't think you
Okay,
did.
so this is the week we start doing. Um, which I have to wonder, what is the point? What is the point of a Fear Factor video game?
I don't know.
It's like because I'm just thinking of it like the fucking like tabletop game thing I was talking about the other day, where
Mhm.
like the point of Fear Factor is like the people are like actually doing that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, what is the
Yeah,
point
yeah.
of a video game? It's like, oh no, I'm pressing A to eat worms. I'm so scared. Oh
Dude,
no.
to be fair, it's like for me, it's like all that comes to mind is like this is just gonna be a mini game compilation thing and of like a reality show that I wouldn't care about. Like it's like if someone told me, "Oh, here's the Survivor video game," and I'd be like, "Why though?"
Yeah, but like I feel like with Fear Factor, like specifically because of like the extreme like nature of the content, like you lose so much by not actually doing it. Like
By not actually experiencing it, yeah.
yeah, like oh no, I'm pressing B to eat worms. I'm so scared. I'm
Oh
so
no, it's icky,
traumatized.
it's icky, it's icky and gross. Maybe it would work in a VR situation.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Uh, I want to find. I want to find. I want to show you. I don't know if this is a little bit shameless,
Okay.
but I want to show you two clips of mine.
Okay.
One of them because it's really funny. The other one because it's important to like the discussion of the game I want to talk about.
Okay.
I keep deleting the window capture instead of just like because I'm stupid. At it. First of all, I was playing Tomodachi and this happened. It was genuinely like really funny, but also genuinely really scary.
Okay. That's okay.
Oh no! That genuinely scared me. He just did that.
Evil. Evil creature.
The
Me
evil
no
creature.
like.
I thought it was a children's game. Yes, here it is. I started playing this game called Kid Paddle, right? And it's like a French like cartoon. It's like a game for a French cartoon, right? And like
Mhm.
based on the art style and like the fact that it was just like a collection of mini games, I was like, oh, this is some like children's love, right? This is some like child's love, you know, like some French cartoon, whatever. You know, they make those sometimes, the French.
Yeah, yeah, they did. They did.
But then this happened. Ooh, ew. That happened. I don't know why.
That's graphic.
And
What
I
is
thought,
that game rated?
I don't know. I thought it was a children's game. But yeah, that's the French. It is rated for some reason I cannot comprehend. It is rated 7+.
How is it? How is it not like traumatizing people? That's like, who okayed that? That's like one above. I don't know. We saw the head. We saw the head explode and the eye pop out. I don't think I've ever seen that in like a Warner Brothers sketch. Even like that's just. Ugh. I guess I could see it in SpongeBob maybe,
And there's a mini game
but
in the
like,
there's a mini
there's no
game in
Flash
the
fanfare to it.
there's a mini game in
Is
the
that?
there's a mini game in the because the game is like a collection of mini games and there's a mini game where there's like a conveyor belt and there are like
Mhm.
these like little fuzzy creatures coming through the conveyor belt and you have like a picture on the
Yeah.
top and you have like a picture on the top and you have to like use like a claw machine to pick up the ones that look exactly like the picture, but only those, and leave all the other creatures in the conveyor belt. And what basically happens is like all of the little creatures that are like not exactly what you want from the picture. They just get sent to like a rotating saw, and they get cut in half, and they explode. And I was like, okay, so maybe French kids like that. I don't know. I don't know, but they're weird over there. I don't know.
I guess French animation, that would check out with some of the French animation stuff I kind of remember.
I don't like. I don't know. I don't know. We played a game called Boxing Fever, which give me a second so I can find a picture of like, because apparently this was a thing, just like punch out ripoff from the GBA, because this is not even like the second one we played. This is
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so I was just like, a thing, punch out ripoffs on the GBA. Let me see if I can find the graphics. And I was also like, I had like this entire thing when I was playing Hi Silent, how you doing? That was like published by them at least. This entire thing about like when I was playing a fucking Dora the Explorer game. And I was just thinking, I was like, man, I remember when I was like 6, right? Or 5.
Yeah.
And I was just like very happy. I would come from school, I would turn on the computer, and I would play Age of Empires, right?
Yeah.
And I was having a lot of fun. And I was just thinking, like, feeling genuinely sad, like imagining kids who had parents that only let them play stuff like that fucking Dora the Explorer game we were playing. Just imagining like me, like on the chair, like kicking my legs, playing Age of Empires, moving my little guys around, having a lot of fun. And then in another house, there's a kid just like, Mom, can I play something other than the Dora the Explorer game today? No.
No. It's too violent. You're like, what?
Because there are definitely kids like that who grew up like that.
Yeah, there were. I knew a couple. I knew the one. They're the same ones who couldn't like play like. Sorry, they're the ones who couldn't. They couldn't celebrate Halloween. I remember this. Same people. It's like the overprotective parents who got like the Game Boy Advance, and it's just like, why'd you even get them this if you're clearly like hung up on the idea of like,
Yeah,
like them playing video games? Like, what was even?
yeah.
What is this disgusting creature before me?
This is the graphics of that Punch Out ripoff I was talking about for some fucking reason.
I hate it. I truly hate it.
There's another one that is worse.
How? Okay, yeah, I stand corrected.
Like I don't know, like who greenlights something that looks like that?
Someone who doesn't care.
Yeah, I guess.
Someone who clearly doesn't care.
What I don't understand is like what was even the like, because nowadays it makes sense, right? Because like you have to pay like $100 to put a game on Steam,
Yeah.
and then you can sell it for like $5 or whatever. So it makes sense to make games like that.
And you only really get like, I think, yeah, you're talking about like the $100 where it's like it's the return after you put it, because like there's a point where like you essentially have to break even and then make money.
Yeah, and it's like,
Or that might be just inherent to the dev cost. I
yeah,
might
but
be
like, what was the
remembering
point
things
of
wrong,
a
but
game? What was the point of a game like that? Like when you had to like actually print them? Like was it? Why were we like wasting so much plastic doing that?
because no one was stopping us. I feel like so many of these had to be like bargain bin games, because the GBA had the bargain bins at like your local Walmart or whatever have you, and a lot of it would just be like grabbing whatever for like maybe $20. Because yes, there were brand new GBA games that tend to be 60, but like the turnover rate for them going into like discount was pretty fast.
Yeah.
At least from my memory.
Mm. We played also a game, which I will commend this game for being truth in advertising. Like like a lot of games nowadays are very misleading about what they are. So I have to praise this game for being what it is. The game is called Chicken Shoot, and you shoot
Okay.
chicken. So truth in advertising. You get what you
We
paid
did it.
for.
We did it, everyone.
Honestly, the game is kind of fun. It is like an arcade, like light gun shooter, and like, of course, in the GBA, like,
Dura,
of course, in the
Dura
GBA,
played
like,
something like this. Yeah.
of course, on the GBA, it wasn't ideal because you're aiming with the fucking D-pad. But like, I'm thinking again, like this game on the Wii, probably really fun. Like, if this game had a, actually,
So
let me look if this game had a Wii version. Chicken shoot. Oh yeah, it had a Wii version. So like, yeah, the game on the Wii Pro is really fun because you just a bunch of chickens flying around and you shoot them. It's very, very simple, but like, it's very fun. Very, very fun.
Dura used to have this meme, but he'll buy physical games of some hot trash. And like there is one that's essentially like you shoot chickens. I forget what it's called. I don't think it's called Chicken Shoot, but it's like it's a physical on a Switch. And he owns it to this day. And I just don't know why he would do this to himself.
I think he just likes having like stuff on his channels.
You say that he still has to buy new shelves. Like he's such a confusing creature.
I mean, he's German.
Yeah, that is true. They do operate on some sort of different frequency.
Like I was talking about, like I keep getting these games like that are like football managers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And none of them are German.
Yeah, okay.
So I was thinking, okay, so like if you take a developer from any other part of the world and you give them like the license for like European football, they're going to make a game where you play as the teams that play in Europe, right?
Yeah.
If you give the license to a German developer, they're going to make a game where you look at spreadsheets. How about that? How about the football?
That is painfully accurate.
Uh, we played this other game called Scooby Doo Mystery Mayhem, which the only thing notable about this game is that it has a fucking laugh track.
Laugh track for a video game.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's I can't think of another game that does that.
Yeah. We played a game called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Nothing remarkable about the game. I'm just wondering, like, I just spent like the entire time we were playing the game, like wondering about like what is the legal status of Oompa Loompas.
Okay.
Like, are Oompa Loompas legally people?
I think this was discussed before where it's not with us, but it's like they're like a tribe from an island or something.
So legally they are
Which
human.
makes it legally they're human, which just makes this whole thing that Willy's doing even worse. You know, like there's a Willy Wonka movie with like Timothy Chalamet.
That already came out.
It came out.
Uh,
I have yet to watch it. I kind of want to watch it. You want to watch it together at some point?
no, that doesn't sound like a movie I would enjoy.
Apparently, it's funny. There's like one part where he gets beaten up by a cop.
I don't know, like the entire movie, just like I do remember seeing like ads for that, and it just gave me like the vibes of a Disney live action remake, and I was like,
The problem is though, like trailer companies are just like so ass. Cause like there was the trailer company for like who did the trailers for Transformers Year One or what? No, Transformers One, and like the trailer sucked, but then Transformers One, I actually watched it. It's like the best Transformers movie I've ever watched, like hands down.
huh.
And it's just like apparently like sometimes just like it's just like the editing of the trailer of the like and the people that like they got for it, and you're just like ugh.
Yeah, well, also like there's also like we have reached a point where someone's saying actually like the trailers for the movie we're only showing the first half. It's like revolutionary because everyone is just fucking spoiling stuff in trailers now for some fucking reason.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like there was. I feel like there was one that kind of like gave it like a twist away. Can't remember. Was it Elevator from M Night Shyamalan? I can't remember.
Uh, I don't know. But yeah, like can Oompa Loompas vote? Can they hold a passport? Like are they allowed to do that?
They just do a musical number and distract.
Yeah. Um, what else did we play? That was like, do you know what a Gombi is?
You mean the green evil creature?
I don't know if it's green, but yeah.
Oh right, God. I keep forgetting. Yeah, I know Gumby.
Yeah, I have never seen a Gumby before, and that fucking thing scared the fuck out of me.
You've never seen Gumby before? That's wild.
I don't know. Maybe it just didn't like. Maybe it just
I
didn't
feel like
get
Gumby was
localized.
like on the internet for like a bit, just because of how horrifying he was.
I never seen a Gumby before, and that game like scared me. Like, why do you look like that?
Yeah, I still don't know to this day why Gumby looks like that.
Don't. I mean, I like his name, Gumby. It's a fun. It's a fun.
Gumby's a very fun name. Gumby like works as like an insult too.
Yeah.
Like you fucking Gumby.
Speaking of insults, though, Gumby has a sister, right? He has like a whole family.
What?
Uh,
What?
He has like a whole family of like little like cursed creatures.
But why though?
And his sister is called Minga. And I get the feeling I shouldn't be saying that.
Yeah.
Minga. She's called Minga. And I don't want to say that anymore. I feel like I'm going to get cancelled if I say it again.
Yeah, it sounds a little weird. Gumby's trying to get you in trouble.
Yeah, I know. Uh,
That's new tech. That's new tech to just mess with people. Just name your kid a slur. Just
Watch
the
the teacher's
teacher
went.
calls out the teacher calls out attendance and it's just over. It's done.
Yeah, like um, what do I call? Can I just call you your last name? You're the only one with that
No.
last name of the class. I'm just going to call you that. Is that okay?
No. I'd rather you call me. The kid is just all into the bit. They just look them in the eye like, nah. No, you say it. I'll say it with you.
on three, okay? On three.
On three, I'll say it with you. I know I'm burning my chest. I love that bit. Do you know that bit? The one with like I think it's like Jaden where it's like it's the song like, you know, for lack of N-words in Paris, and it's like the Jeopardy bit, and like the white guy is just like, okay, oh, I know this song. It's oh and then, like the host goes like, go ahead, say it. Say it. I'll say it with you. I'll say it. I'm itching. Oh, that shit's hilarious.
Oh yeah, I have seen that video.
It's the fact that he says like I'm itching. Like he's really into he really just wants the excuse to say it.
Yeah, I don't know. We also played like because we already played Circle of the Moon, so we played Harmony of Dissonance. How do you feel about that one?
Wait, what?
Because we already like played Circle of the Moon, but this week we also played Harmony of Dissonance. How do you feel about that one? Because for me, for some reason, I don't remember why, but for some reason, it always felt like the weakest of the GBA Castlevania games.
Well, cause like because the moon's really good, and then Soma Cruz is like really good. But you're right, I can't really remember much about Harmony of Dissonance. I can't even remember like which character it is, like which Belmont. Is it a Belmont?
Yeah, Juste. I don't know
It's
how you say that.
just?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I can't really remember his game that well. Is it standard? Is it like your standard Castlevania, or is
Yeah,
it more?
it's like
Well, like with the RPG elements,
yeah,
or does it
it's
just like try going to
it's your Metroidvania. You know, the usual thing. I would say the game is kind of ugly. Like the choices they made when it comes to like colors and like saturation and stuff like that, it just like looks very like.
Is it crunchier? Because I remember like I remember being very impressed by the time like Aria of Sorrow was a thing.
Yeah.
And like I remember Curse of the Moon, at least in my brain, looked good.
Yeah.
But I can't really scratch up Harmony of Dissonance.
Yeah,
like what the gameplay looked like.
Harmony of Dissonance is like very ugly. Like and it's not like it's not the fact that it is like crunchy or anything like that, it's just like the colors they chose. Like it just looks
Oh,
very
even
garish. It looks very garish,
the
very like
character sprite, even the character sprite is a kind of not great.
you know. Also, the
Hmm.
music is like chiptune for some reason instead of like the nice like sample stuff that we're doing with like the other two Castlevanias is like chiptune, and it doesn't sound that good. Like it isn't bad, but it's like weak by Castlevania standards. I will say.
Did I completely skip this one without knowing?
I don't
I
know.
might have.
Like I never heard anyone talking about it, and I always remember it being like the one I liked the least, but I don't even remember why.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about like Harmony of Dissonance by comparison to the others. Huh. Well, so it plays not great either.
No, it actually plays okay. At least at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if maybe like
Yeah, I was gonna say because like the complaints aside, like for the 2D Metroidvanias, usually you're good.
yeah.
Like the worst you're gonna get is like, yeah, this is fine.
I mean, maybe I don't know if maybe like as you play it gets too grindy or like too like enemies too spongy. I don't know. But at least for
Mhm.
like the 45, 50 minutes I played, it was okay. Like you get the dash from the beginning. You can dash from the beginning. So it's like and you can like dash like an unlimited amount of times, I think.
Mhm.
So you can just like run around the castle dashing and like dash enemies. Dodge enemies like that is it feels okay. You have the floppy chain. You can just like hold B to have like a floppy chain that you can just like flip around. Which is very fun. I always like defeating the powers of darkness with my floppy. Uh, just flopping around the chain. Yeah. You have this thing where you can like find spell books around the castle, and you can like in your inventory like enable and disable them. Like you know how like in Symphony of the Night you can like enable and disable artifacts in your inventory. Uh, you can disable the spell books like that, and when you have them enabled, your like items like you know like the cross, the dagger, all the stuff they consume MP instead of hearts because you have both. You have MP and you have hearts. And if you don't have any spellbook equipped, your special items are like what you would expect, you know, like the holy water, the axe, the cross, all the stuff, and they consume hearts like usual. But
Yeah.
if you have the spellbook equipped, um, they consume MP instead of hearts,
Okay. Interesting rotation.
and they do different stuff.
Hmm.
So, for example, you find the ice stone, like the ice spellbook, uh, and you enable it, and you have a dagger. Instead of like throwing a dagger, it turns into like a few like homing like ice spikes, that like homing to enemies.
Mhm.
And stuff like that. And like every spell and every item has like a different result depending on the combination. Stuff like that.
Mhm.
Everything else is like fairly standard, like that era of Castlevania is like exploring the castle, you know, killing bosses, you level up, you find equipment. Very, very standard kind of stuff. Because it's a Belmont, you only get like small upgrades for the week instead of getting new weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you're playing as a Belmont. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like I guess like the problem like it's like when you are like surrounded by on both ends by so many good games. It's just like the middle child who didn't
When
do
you're the
anything.
middle entry, you are kind of like, yeah.
You're like the middle child who works at McDonald's. Like you're not offensive. You have no criminal record, but nobody talks about you.
And I'll even throw it out there. Like Curse of the Moon's good, but Curse of the Moon is like one of those ones people don't immediately go to talk about. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Because when people think of like the definitive GBA game that came in for the Castlevania series, they're gonna look at Aria of Sorrow. Just
yeah,
like how like in the DS games, ironically, even though Soma's like in a different one, people usually go to Ecclesia. So because those were like the latest ones and they kind of like fine-tuned everything accordingly. But yeah, it is it's weird. I genuinely I guess I just didn't play Harmony of Dissonance, or maybe I like forgot about it. Like
yeah.
I'm
It's like there's
looking at
a
it too. I'm just like this looks like weird. Like the enemy sprites look weird. I'm just like I mean sorry, the enemy sprites looks fine, but it's just like the player sprite just also looks weird. Also I am listening to the chip tune and it is kind of off-putting.
yeah. And it's like I don't know. I just feel like it's like maybe the game is like do you have a family? One of the children is like a painter and not famous or anything, but they make enough money to survive by painting, so it's kind of cool, right?
Hmm.
The other one is like a doctor, like they're making a lot of money and they're like saving lives and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
And then there's like a third child who was like the middle child, who just kind of just like works
Yeah.
at McDonald's, and he has a child and a
Yeah.
wife, and they seem happy, but he's just like there, and he has never been
Yeah.
in trouble with the law, but he's just like there.
Mm-hmm. He's just there. And then you got Castlevania 64, and he's the one who sells seashells he finds on the beach. But he doesn't clean them, they're covered in shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what, you might be boring, Harmony of Dissonance, but at least you're not that guy.
Yeah, again, you have no criminal record, you don't do drugs, you're just like there.
You're there. And
You
know
have a wife and a child, and you seem happy with them.
You know what the worst part is? Because like
You seem like a fine dad.
From what I remember, because the problem that goes on as the series like progresses is like Dracula has been dealt with so many times. By the time it gets to the plot of like the later ones, it's just like a bunch of like losers trying to revive him, right? Like even more so than usual.
Yeah.
But like and then like usually it's an evil organization, and then by the time it gets to Soma, it's like, well, hey, Soma is the reincarnation, so now we have to fight like chaos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I as you go on with some of them, like it kind of hinges on the Belmonts, and like I really can't for the life of me think of anything significant about Just.
Yeah. Would you?
I think he's in the animated series.
Yeah. Would you? Like now that Castlevania is back, would you like it if they made one about the time? What was his name again? Julius killed Dracula. Like at last.
You mean remade, or you mean make an actual game for it?
Make an actual game for it.
That would be fine.
Because I feel like
Castlevania,
he just kind of shows up like a support character in the area games.
Yeah, because Castlevania doesn't. People think it goes chronologically. It doesn't. There are so many entries that go in the middle of things. Like Order of Ecclesia is not the latest in the timeline.
Yeah, and like we have never had like it is called the Demon Castle War. Like you know, in 1998, Julius finally actually like killed Dracula for reals.
Castlevania is one of those IPs where you really don't have to remake any of them. You can just keep on adding like intermittents. I guess you could make the arguments you could remake like the PS2 ones, because like they kind of don't play too well if you really cared about the lore on them.
Yeah.
Like Leon Belmont, and then the stupid story of Matthias Conquest. But yeah, no, like I'd be fine with it. I'm even glad that we have like Belmont's Curse. And it's just like, it's not like the latest in the timeline, obviously. It's like Trevor's daughter. So yeah, just keep on, you can piece on like the intermittents, because like the Belmonts are interesting.
And I feel like Julius is cool enough to just like use a gun sometimes.
Julius is so fucking rad. The idea to, yeah.
Like I'm not going to whip all the like little enemies. I have a fucking gun.
Julius is just cool on the idea, like the Belmont that you get to have in the game is your foil.
Yeah.
And like he already knows what he's doing. He's like a fucking pro. Like you're seeing like the Belmont's culmination of years of having to struggle to overwhelm Dracula, to being competently prepared, to him being him. Like, right? Like he's just like there. He's because you can play Julius like in unlimited mode, I think.
Yeah, but
in fucking Arius, and
you don't
he's
get the
just
story.
like
That's
wrecking. Yeah, you
like,
don't get the story, but he is wrecking shop absolutely, right? So like, yeah, it would be interesting. I don't think you could, if you made a gameplay like game of him, like obviously it would have to be before he reaches that, because you can't really have a game with a problem solver from the get-go.
I mean, he was 80. This motherfucker was literally 18 when he killed Dracula.
This guy's a bad.
He was born
and that's saying something.
He was born in 1980, so he was like 18 when he fucking killed Dracula.
Who would be the youngest Belmont to have fought in their campaign? It might be him then. Because I want to say Simon was a young adult. I want to say like, well, Alucard is like hundreds of years old, and he's not a Belmont. And then Richter.
I think Richter was
Richter a teenager.
Richter might have been like 20s. I think he was like early 20s.
Okay, yeah, because Richter is also one of the people in the clan that's like known as like one of the apex of what a
Yeah.
Belmont can be. Yeah. Part of me wonders if I should just watch Castlevania Nocturne because I heard it gets better.
I know the main
I
villain in that game is really on that show is really hot.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I know. Speaking of that,
Richter's mom is also pretty hot in that too.
yeah. Speaking of that, like when we were talking about like I don't know the picture, but I forgot to show it. When we were talking about
Mm-hmm.
the face cannons earlier,
Mm-hmm.
like like the mother for Ashley, like Ashley in the game looks really like she's pretty in the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she's like so much prettier in real life. It's kind of insane. Like she's so much prettier in real life.
Oh, she is really lovely.
Like she's so pretty, man. What the fuck?
She looks like a doll. Where is Capcom finding these people?
Japan, I think. I think she lives in Japan.
She lives in Japan?
I think.
Okay.
I think they're just like models that are like born in like other countries, but like based on Japan nowadays. Like where they keep finding
Okay.
them. She's so pretty, man. Oh. And this is where I put my hipster glasses on, and I was like, okay, I have been actually following her since way earlier. I have a lot of stuff like that though. Like I was like big into The Witcher, like when the first one came out. Like I didn't hop on in like the from in The Witcher 3 like a lot of people did. Most people did, I think.
Mhm.
I was like in there from the very first one. I remember it was 2010 and I was playing the shit. And I didn't
I
know
was
what was
never really too into The Witcher.
and I didn't know what it was going and I
Like
didn't know
you.
what was going on, but it was 2010 and I was into that fucking game. Playing it nowadays is like, wow, this game is bad. But back in the day
Witcher
I was
1?
yeah.
Did they remake Witcher 1?
I think
I
they
swear that
are.
there was
I
no.
think they are.
Yeah.
It hasn't. It isn't. They haven't like shown anything about it, but they have like confirmed they are like.
I do recall that news, yeah.
Honestly, I'm okay with that because like you know how I say we
Yeah,
should start
no.
remaking bad games with like interesting ideas.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that is a bad game with interesting ideas. That game
If you
sucks.
have an interesting idea and the only thing that was limiting you was like either the technical know-how of the staff at the time or like maybe just the generational tech, then yes, you
Yeah,
should totally remake it. Unfortunately, like we've talked about it's just like the selling power of just like the good game is usually what gets people in very fast. And we're kind of like I've mentioned it before, we are kind of getting to that place where they're starting to remake like the less notable entries because they have to.
mm.
So, who knows?
Like the Witcher one sucks. It is so weird. Like the combat is so weird. It is like a weird like clicky combat where you have to like you have like a cursor that is shaped like a sword, right?
Hmm.
And every fight is like a little like rhythm game where you have to like click every time the sword turns into like a little like flaming sword
Hmm.
to do a combo on the enemy, and you have to click on the enemy. And it is so janky. It crashes all the time. It barely runs. Even in like modern systems, it like has like terrible frame rate. It like yeah, it's like the combat sucks. The voice acting is like the main cast is okay, but like a lot of the like side cast is like what the fuck? Where do you find this guy? Uh, uh, it is ugly as hell. A lot of the characters are like they look like rotten potatoes with like little googly eyes stuck on them.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find a picture of Geralt on the Witcher one. Because I will describe like Geralt as something of a sex icon nowadays, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
people think he's hot.
I think the Witcher cast in general kind of has gotten that.
Yeah, I think people like see like Geralt as like the hot silver fox kind of like.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, look at what he looked like at the beginning.
No, this is gonna be good.
Little potato boy.
He looks like such a PS2 loser.
Yeah,
I hate. Why is he mewing?
I think that's just his face.
He's just mewing, perpetually mewing. Because this is how my chin gets defined.
It's crazy how much of a jump The Witcher 2 was. Because The Witcher 2 is actually just like straight up like still a really good game.
I think the immediate parallel I could draw is just like Assassin's Creed from Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Where it's just like the first one rough around the edges, has good ideas, but then 2 just kind of brings it together in a far better way.
Yeah, yeah, look. Beautiful faces. The best faces of 2009.
I want. Oh, oh boy. Ooh. I don't like that.
No, so it's just like the game feels like very cheap. Like Geralt runs like he's just like popped his pants. He feel like the way he like his run animation works.
Oh, like he's clenching?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the physics don't work sometimes, and some quests are just like broken. Like you can tell that was the very first game they were like, you can tell.
I think there's a charm to that though, and then seeing the studio like grow from that.
Yeah, at least nowadays their games are only like that for the first few months.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
You know what we'll also fix in post? This podcast. Check out my YouTube at youtube.com/@nocturne, this youtube.com/@nocturne, or the Twitch, and drop a follow on either. Links in the title of the podcast. Follow Candy on her Twitch and YouTube to see her past broadcast clips and podcasts. Check her Blue Sky for her organized thoughts, or join her Discord to see her disorganized ones, which are her usual ones. The bot will leave all the links provided, and if you have such feedback for the podcast, like Candy, take it away.
Come up with a joke before.
I handed you the spotlight, and you just
No,
Alright.
that's the feedback. Come up with a joke next time.
come up with it. Okay. To which we'll say, yeah, we'll try. It's really hard. It's really hard to be clever and quick. But thanks for listening. Stay safe, happy, and have a wonderful week. Yeah, take care, Candy. Love you. Bye. Yeah.
We do bad. Okay, so um uh we have as usual, I'm not going to stream tomorrow. I always rest on Sundays. Next week I may be back. It depends. Depends because depending on how the elections go tomorrow, because we have like presidential elections tomorrow, and depending on how they go, I may need to start planning a way to flee the country. Like that's not even a joke. Uh, so I may be a little bit too busy with that. um, to stream next week. But we'll see. But yeah, other than that, as usual, thank you all for stopping by. I hope I see you guys again soonish. I hope you had a fun time today. I hope you enjoyed my ramblings as usual. I hope you have a great day, great night, great rest of your time zone. And I'll see you again. Hopefully next week. And if I don't see you next week, I will see you in like a month from a different country. That's not even a joke. Jesus, shit is really hard right now. This election is going to fuck us up. So excited for that. But yeah, see you again soon. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye. I want to see how long I can do the bye. Let me see. Bye. Okay, bye.